got lucky and traveled to a world of cultivation. But I got stuck in a void rift for a million years. When I finally woke up, I realized the system had been auto-checking in. It stocked up billions of snacks for me, even gave tons of rare treasures and top-tier immortal tools. Just as I was excitedly checking my system inventory, a powerful figure suddenly caught my eye. Sheishan Gang Su Xiaoke can exist for 10 breaths. Helps the host defeat any enemy. I was instantly shocked. With a treasure like this, if I summon it directly, it could wipe out everything. Right at that moment, a cold, clear voice rang out. System activated successfully. Beginning transmigration. My consciousness faded away instantly. Along with a surprised shout, I suddenly opened my eyes wide. Young master is awake. Hurry, go report to the family head. Hearing the voices, I looked thrilled, but my smile quickly faded. After going through my memories, I found out. Although this body was a Su family prodigy, he was recently ambushed, seriously injured and almost died. Lost all his cultivation and ended up a cripple. Man, this guy had it rough. But I promised myself, I'll live his life well for him. Thinking that, I felt a flash of excitement. Since my top-grade spiritual roots are ruined, step 1 is to rebuild my body. I opened the system inventory right away and picked a top-tier immortal body from my check-in rewards. I only drew 37 of these, but the best one is the legendary Hongmeng immortal body. Late-stage users can train in Hongmeng Qi and wield pure power of destruction. Can crush anything? As I was about to fuse with the body, someone quickly entered the room. Zhao Chun, how's your body holding up? I quickly exited the system space. Awkwardly called out, third uncle. It was Su Yuanba, the Su family's third elder. He looked at me with care and joy, saying, you finally woke up. Big brother spent tons of resources on you. Hired doctors everywhere. Almost emptied out the family for your treatment. Hearing that, I felt warmth in my heart. Though the Su family has many members, the direct bloodline is very united. Never any scheming or infighting. I moved my dry lips slightly
and asked, third uncle,
where's my dad? Big brother just headed to Wanyao Mountain a couple days ago to look for a cure for you. He should be back soon. Another wave of warmth rushed over me. My sense of belonging to the Su family got super strong, drifting in the void for millions of years. I'm finally not alone. I secretly made up my mind. From now on, I'll protect the Su family as Su Chun. After Su Yuanba left, I turned my attention back to my system inventory. Just as I was about to use the Hongmeng immortal body, the system suddenly chimed. Host, would you like to suppress it a bit? I recalled the introduction for the Hongmeng immortal body, born covered in Hongmeng purple, key for millions of miles, with phenomena that shake all immortals. Just transmigrated, I decided to play it safe. So I said yes, suppress. As soon as I spoke, my body started transforming rapidly. Meridians became hard as crystal, purple blood roaring like a river in my veins, and my eyes turned into a deep purple glow. This is the exclusive ability of Hongmeng immortal body, the Eye of Hongmeng. It sees through lies and wards off evil, can analyze enemy moves and see their origin. And it's insanely powerful. Even though I have 0 cultivation right now, just this body is equal to a nascent soul expert. After a while, the phenomena around me faded. I felt the power surging inside. A small smile formed on my lips. Time to boost my cultivation. My check-in system has nearly 10 billion years worth of cultivation stored. Let's try just 100,000 years first. My aura shot up like crazy in a second. Only stopped at mid-saint level. I was totally stunned by that. Saints are top rulers in the whole Zhuanshan realm. Just 100,000 years and I made it here. If I use it all, I could probably ascend right to immortal. I was still reeling from the shock when a furious roar thundered across the Su family. Su-chan, do you dare fight me? Or are you just a coward hiding away? I released my divine sense immediately. When I saw who it was, my face turned cold. I whispered coldly, looking for a beating, huh? After that, I headed straight outside. Outside the Su family gate, a stern-looking young man stood with pride, with a middle-aged man beside him, watching the Su family with the wariness of a guardian. All the Su family juniors started cursing at the youth. Li Haishan, you shameless bastard. When our young master had his cultivation, you were too scared to fart. And now that he's in trouble, you finally show up. You're no man at all. You think you're worthy to challenge our young master? Turns out the Li family is one of 5 clans of Mingyu City, with a stage 7 nascent soul expert holding the fort. Back when I was just at Foundation Establishment, I challenged all the young talents from every family. Li Haishan was their genius, yet I crushed him completely. He lost all his dignity, ended up totally defeated. Now he only dares come back because I lost my power, Li Haishan said coldly. Your so-called Su family prodigy is nothing but a cripple now. If you still have guts, come out and fight me. The Su family looked at Li Haishan shouting, chattering among themselves, all cursing his dirty move, waiting till I lost my power to pick a fight. Right then, except for the Grand Elder Su Yunchen, the other 4 elders arrived. Su Yuanba roared, the Li family has gone too far. Why not just kill Li Haishan right now? Su Qingyun shook his head with a bitter smile. Second elder, the head, and grand elder are all nascent soul level 7. But they're out searching for a cure for Channer. At a time like this, we can't start a fight with the Li family. Su Yuanba was still fuming. But what, we just sit here and wait to die. The Su family now has less than 1 million resources left. Only enough to last 3 months, 10 days from now. There's the Wanbao Pavilion auction. And that supreme treasure, the Wang family already has 3 nascent soul experts. If they get it too, the Su family will be wiped out. Hearing this, the elders all looked incredibly serious. At that moment, an urgent voice called out, Third elder. Bad news, young chief is going to fight Li Haishan. Su Yuanba jumped up. I just checked on him. He can barely walk. He hurried out right after. Outside the Su family gate, Li Haishan kept mocking me. His insults got even nastier. At that moment, a familiar voice shouted, Li Haishan! Even a loser like you dares bark at the Su family's door? Li Haishan saw who it was. His pupils shrank sharply. Fear flashed deep in his heart. But thinking I'd lost my power, his arrogance came right back. He sneered. Well, isn't this the famous genius of our Bright Moon City? I thought you were gonna hide out in the Su family like a coward forever.
He really emphasized the word genius. His face was full of mockery.
I stayed expressionless, just glanced at him. Trash like you aren't even qualified to be my enemy. But you're just too noisy. As soon as I said this, everyone around widened their eyes. Su Yuanba quickly strode out from the Su family. The reason why? The pressure made it hard for everyone to breathe. He hurried up to me, his face full of surprise. Zhao-chan, you're okay now? I didn't try to hide it. I smiled and nodded. Third uncle, I'm pretty much recovered. Su Yuanba frowned a bit. Zhao-chan, Li Haishan is here just to humiliate you. Don't fall for his trap. At this moment, 4th Uncle Su Qingyun came up too. His tone gentle, Chenner. Even if your cultivation's gone, the Su family will never treat you badly. We'll do everything we can to fix your spiritual roots. Come home with us. Hearing their concern, I felt a warmth in my heart. I spoke. 3rd uncle, 4th uncle, don't worry. I'll be fine. Su Yuanba and Su Qingyun immediately got nervous. But seeing the determination, in my eyes they could only sigh helplessly. They stepped aside, since that's how it is. If it gets critical, we'll step in. Li Haishan sneered coldly. I'll give it to you, you've got guts. Come with me to the training arena. He deliberately chose the training arena, just to make me lose face in front of everyone. But I replied calmly, why bother with all that? Let's settle it right here. The next second, my silhouette vanished. When I reappeared, I was right beside Li Haishan. I waved my hand casually. And instantly, a gruesome wound split open on his stomach. A sharp aura exploded everywhere. Didn't you laugh at me for being useless? Now, taste what it's like to be useless yourself. Li Haishan collapsed to his knees, shaking. He looked totally lost. He hadn't even seen me move. But his cultivation was already gone. A nascent soul expert from the Li family saw this, and his pupils shrank. He shouted, how dare you cripple Li Haishan? Die, Su Qingyun snapped out of his shock, and yelled, Li Qiu, how dare you? But Li Kaiyu's eyes were just full of madness. He yelled, my clan's genius Su Chun must die. The next moment, an overwhelming pressure and power burst out. Those watching all turned pale. Su Qingyun's face twisted, obviously too late to stop it. He could only shout, Zhao Zhen, get back. But I just looked at Li Qiu and sneered. You're nothing, and you think you can threaten me? My icy fist shot out like a cannonball. It only took one hit, and Li Qiu was sent flying.
He smashed deep into the ground, dozens of meters down.
Cracks spread everywhere like a spider web. He was totally lifeless. The sudden twist left the whole crowd frozen. Li Qiu is dead. Wasn't Su Chan supposed to have lost his abilities? How did he kill the Li family's nascent soul elder in one shot? After a brief silence, the members of the Su family erupted in cheers. Several elders were moved to tears. Turns out the young master wasn't crippled at all.
His power has actually skyrocketed.
Heaven blesses our Su family. Among the spectators, many looked grim. A few blocks away, a scar-faced man looked furious. He coldly ordered someone in the shadows. Hurry and report this to the master. Su Chan's cultivation wasn't crippled. He probably broke through Nassen's soul long ago and is hiding his strength. He'll probably break through to spirit severing soon. Tell the master to take action against the Su family ASAP. Otherwise, there will be endless trouble. Also inform the Wang family. Have them act fast. They want to reap the benefits. But no way. The scar-faced man glanced at me from afar, with fear in his eyes. Someone in their teens with power like that. There must be a huge secret on you. Thinking of that, he grinned viciously. Su Chen, you're really tough. 30 core formation experts as assassins couldn't kill you. But it won't be long. Before the whole Su family is wiped out. By then, I want you kneeling in front of me and handing over all your secrets. In front of Su family's gates, Su Yuanba and Su Qingyun hurried over to me. Even though they were puzzled, their first instinct was to shield me. Su Qingyun spoke coldly to everyone around. Li Qiu dared to attack the younger generation of our clan without permission. So being killed is all his own fault. If the Li family is upset, they're welcome to come to Su family and talk it out. Before I lost my cultivation, the Su family struggled, lacked confidence. Now that I've got my strength back, and just killed late-stage nascent soul Li Qiu, everyone's confidence shot up. The Su family never had much business in Bright Moon City anyway. If truly forced into a corner, at worst, we'll just evacuate everyone. We can always come back stronger later. That's why the Wang family, with all their strength, never dared to push the Su family too hard. As soon as he finished, Su Qingyun quickly pulled me back to the Su clan. Inside the Su family hall, there were only 4 elders and me. The mood was heavy. Su Qingyun looked at me seriously. Chenner, tell second uncle the truth. What's really going on with you? There was worry hidden in his eyes. He clearly feared I'd been possessed. But I already had something prepared to say. I raised my hand and threw a casual punch. Su Qingyun, at his nascent soul peak, took several steps back before steadying himself. What? Su Qingyun's face was full of shock. Just a casual strike from me. And he couldn't do a thing to block it. I smiled and explained. Second uncle, when I was a kid, I apprenticed under a hermit master. His cultivation was otherworldly. He made me swear not to reveal who he is. So I kept it a secret all this time. I'm not a blessed spiritual root body. I actually have a sacred physique. It only activates fully if my life is really threatened. When my cultivation was destroyed this time, that became my chance to be reborn. When Su Qingyun heard that, he gulped involuntarily. A sacred physique is a heaven-defying body type. He'd only read about it in old books. Plus, with my story about the master, his eyes quickly grew alert. When you turned 7, what gift did second uncle give you? I answered without hesitating. You gave me a dagger. I called it Qingfeng. I lost it by accident later. You gave it to me in the courtyard next door. That's where you handed it to me. Su Qingyun was finally relieved. If a cultivator took over my body, I could only remember recent things. No way, I remember what happened when I was 7. So, I definitely wasn't possessed. He instantly lit up with joy. You really know how to hide things, kid. You scared us so much these days. The other elders all looked thrilled too. As the young leader of the Su family, the stronger I am, the better the family's future looks. Su Yuanba shot me an annoyed glare. If your strength was already back, why were you acting weak when I visited you? What was with that whole feeble act? I scratched my head helplessly. Back then, my Hongming immortal body wasn't even activated. My body was really weak. I couldn't even pretend to be energetic. The guards reported the family head and the grand elder were back. Two figures slowly walked into the hall. Leading was a tall, strong, heroic man. That was Su family head Su Qingshan. Beside him, the refined one was Grand Elder Su Yunshan. Both looked grim. Clearly, they went out looking for medicine, but failed again. Su Qingshan let out a deep sigh. Second son, Chen suffered a terrible disaster. Maybe it's just fate. Stop wasting the family's last resources on healing the spirit lamp. He'd been rushing around non-stop for 2 months. Used up countless resources, and got nothing for it. I didn't wake up for a long time. My energy growing weaker. In half a month, I'd be beyond saving. He was already hopeless. Su Yunshan instantly glared at his brother and scolded him. How can you say that? After your wife passed away, you only have this one son left. Even if we can't save his cultivation, we have to save his life. Even if it means draining Su family dry, I'll do anything to bring Chun back. Su Qingshan looked full of guilt. The Su family came from elsewhere, and they're already being pushed out by the native families of Mingyu City. The Wang family's always watching us like a tiger. Now we face another disaster, and our situation gets even tougher. Just as he was reflecting, he looked up and saw me. His pupils suddenly contracted, and he gasped in shock. Chan, he rushed right over to me. He sounded like he couldn't believe it. You're awake. Feeling my father's true concern, I gently answered, Dad, I'm awake. Hearing this, Su Qingshan, always tough, was shaking all over. He took a deep breath, trying to calm himself. Good, that's great. As long as you're alive, even if your cultivation is gone, it doesn't matter. Dad will protect you forever. Wait, Su Yuanba suddenly broke his smile. Acting mysterious, big brother. You just got home. Maybe you should first ask around town about what happened today. Su Qingshan frowned deeply. What do you mean? Su Yunshan hated when he acted secretive, and snapped at him. Fourth, stop pretending, or I'll smack you. Su Yuanba quickly shrank back. He's always most afraid of Su Yunshan. He hurriedly told everything. Li Qiu ruined Li Haishen, and all about the sacred body and the hidden master. He laid it all out. Su Qingshan and Su Yunshan listened, and froze on the spot. Only then did they understand why the street was ruined and the people stared on their way home. A sacred body, that kind of heaven-defying physique. They've only seen in ancient books. Those records say it's way above the best spirit roots. Its power is unimaginable. Su Qingshan swallowed hard, barely holding back his excitement. Chun, hit me hard with your fist. Let Dad see your strength. I raised my eyebrow, thinking to myself, is he sure if I hit him? I'm already at same stage mid-level now. A full force punch could instantly defeat my father, who's mid-level transformation stage. So I had to hold back, pretending to go all out, and punched with only a 10,000th of my strength. That small force hit back, hurting Su Qingshan's palm, his mouth twitching ever so slightly. But he acted calm and turned away. He cleared his throat. Not bad. At least you've reached half step. Transformation. Su family's about to get another transformation expert. Su Yunshan got close behind him, his hands shaking, totally shocked. That's Su Qingshan, mid-level transformation. And I could easily overpower him. Su Qingshan couldn't help but ask Qian, why is your body so strong? I froze for a moment, then calmly replied, I've got a sacred body. So being a bit strong makes sense, right? Su Qingshan was speechless. He couldn't argue with that. But something didn't feel right. Yet he couldn't put it into words. Seeing I was physically fine, Su Qingshan was stunned for a second. Now that Chen's issue is settled, all the elders are here today. Let's talk over the family's problems. Everyone looked really serious. The Su family's in real trouble now. Su Qingshan looked at me. Chan, you stay too. You're going to run the Su family in the future. So it's good to get familiar with our affairs early. Inside the Su family meeting hall, the 5 elders and Su Qingshan's group of 7 sat up straight. Su Qingshan started. Third, tell us about the family's current spirit stone reserves. Su Qingyun looked worried, checked the account books, and replied, Big brother, we only have 930,000 spirit stones left. The amount fluctuates no more than 30,000. Su Qingshan's face instantly fell. This amount is just enough for 2 or 3 months. Our juniors need resources to train. And with my sacred body, I burn resources even faster. That reserve won't cut it at all. Su Qingyun said seriously. The family can't make ends meet. So we must quickly find a way to make money. Otherwise, the resources will run out soon. Fourth Elder Su, he looked helpless. We've only been in Mingyu City for a bit over 10 years. So there's not much we can do. Unless we take risks, rob the rich to help the poor. There's no fast way to pile up spirit stones. The hall fell silent. Everyone wore worried looks. I looked around and couldn't help speaking up. Is Su family really short on resources? Su Qingyun sighed heavily. Chan, you don't get it. Su family's foundation is thin. Our savings are all gone. We don't have a single pill left. I chuckled inside. If there's anything I have, it's treasures and spirit stones. I've got more than anyone. I opened the system, checked my spirit stone stash. It's so huge I couldn't even count. I pulled out a super large space ring, filled it with 3 billion low-grade spirit stones. Handed it to Dad, Su Qingshan. I've got some spirit stones here. It should help the family get through tough times. Su Qingshan waved his hand helplessly. Chun, keep your stash for yourself. The family needs way more stones than that. Yours is just a drop in the bucket.
He knows I use up resources like crazy while training.
So it's impossible for me to have extra. Still, he liked my filial heart. I insisted, Dad. This is from me. Not much, but take it so I can relax. 3 billion spirit stones, to me, really are no big deal. Su Qingshan couldn't refuse, and smiled as he took the ring. The moment my mind entered, first surprised and confused. Then his face changed dramatically. He stood there dumbfounded. His expression turned from lost to shocked. Finally, pure joy. He looked up at me, his voice trembling. Chenner, where did you get all these snacks? I stayed calm. Smiling, I replied, my master gave them to me. Watching Su Qingshan in shock, Su Yanchen frowned. He reached for the storage ring to check. Let me see what's going on. His face suddenly changed in the next second. He looked just as shocked as Su Qingshan, staring at me wide-eyed. Totally unbelievable. His shock was practically written all over his face. Seeing the two lose composure like this, Su Yuanba quickly stepped up to take the ring. I want to see what's up too. In a flash, his expression froze as well. Teacher and student cried out, That's 3 billion lower-grade spirit stones. He was completely stunned, speaking excitedly. 3 billion spirit stones. Even if the Wang family saved up, their total after 1,000 years wouldn't exceed 1 billion. We've just tripled the Wang family's entire fortune in one go. 3 billion spirit stones. Second elder, fourth elder, and fifth elder. Each took turns checking the ring. All looked shell-shocked, looking at me in disbelief. No one expected I could bring such crazy wealth. One strike killed a nascent soul. Li Qiu, late stage, is already amazing. Casually pulling out 3 billion spirit stones and calling it just a small gesture. It's way beyond their understanding. After a moment, everyone came back from the joy. Su family is my home. If the clan is in trouble, of course I'll help. These 3 billion spirit stones. Dad, use them however you want. I've got plenty more resources. Plus, my master is super powerful. He doesn't care about such things at all. The spirit stone system is my biggest trump card. It must never be exposed, using my master's name as cover for the supply. That way, it's less likely to leave loopholes. Su Qingshan finally relaxed. With a big smile, he said, Good. Truly a son of the Su family. Su Yuanba was overjoyed too. Chun's master can casually produce 3 billion spirit stones. His power must be insane. Why should we even fear the Wang family? Su Yanchen frowned and scolded. Fourth, your own strength is what matters most. Relying on others won't last. Su Yuanba scratched his head, awkwardly laughed. I was just saying. Second brother, you took it seriously. Su Qingshan suddenly spoke up. Chenner, these are your snacks, after all. Once the family gets through this crisis, I'll return any leftover to you. Can't let it slow your cultivation. My tone got a bit firmer.
Insisted Dad.
Just use these resources however you need. For the clan disciples to train, or any elder to use. I don't mind losing these snacks. Worried they'd refuse to take it, I waved my hand, and 3 more storage rings appeared in my palm. See, each ring has 3 billion spirit stones inside. If you're short, just tell me. If we run out, I'll ask my master for another 100 billion. Su Yunshin's teacup slipped and shattered into pieces. They thought 3 billion was enough to save the family, but didn't expect I had 9 billion as backup, or that I could even bring hundreds of billions if needed. It's really shocking. I tossed the rings onto the table. If you don't believe me, check them yourself. Su Yunshin checked each ring one by one. Confirmed each ring had 3 billion spirit stones. Quietly nodded to everyone. The hall was dead silent. Everyone was too stunned to speak. The Wang family's 1,000-year savings is only 1 billion. What I casually took out is way more. The gap is so big, it's hard to even talk about. I took back the 3 rings. Lightly said, 3 billion spirit stones isn't that much, really. It sounded simple, but hit everyone like a sledgehammer. Calling 3 billion snacks ordinary really blew their minds. Then I added, Dad. As the young clan leader of the Su family, these 3 billion should be used to help our family grow. Same thing again. If it's not enough, just ask. I'm never short on snacks. I was about to bring out special treasures for the clan, but thought again. Suddenly worried it would stand out too much and be hard to explain. So I just brought out these 3 billion snacks for now. The Su family treats me sincerely. The clan atmosphere is great. I really want to help Su family get stronger. Plus, I'll definitely lead it one day. Growing the clan is my duty anyway. Not long after, several Su family leaders walked out of the hall, still spaced out. The shock hasn't faded. Su Qingshan clenched the storage ring, feeling like everything today was just a dream. 3 billion spirit stones.
Even if Su family made no income,
It's enough to keep us safe for 100 years. He immediately handed the ring to Su Qingyun. Chan told third brother, make up last month's owed training resources for the clan. Pay it all back. Su Qingyun answered quickly. Su Qingshan thought for a moment, added side branches aside for now. Direct branch disciple resources. Starting next month, triple the amount. In his view, resources are only most valuable when used to boost strength. Only when the clan gets stronger, Su family can stand firm in Mingyu City. Zhu Qingyun looked serious and nodded in agreement. Meanwhile, the Wang family in Mingyu City, the city's oldest top power, once the leader of the 4 clans, now gathering all late-stage experts from the 4 clans. In the Wang family's discussion hall, Patriarch Wang Ming sat at the head. On his left, Grand Elder Wang Xiaoyuan and Patriarch Yuan Hao. On his right, Li Feiqi, head of Li family, and He Hongyuan, Patriarch. Everyone present had late-stage cultivation. Wang Ming glanced at everyone and spoke calmly. Everyone must have heard about Su Chan by now. Li Feiqi looked vicious, angrily shouted, Wang Patriarch, that brat Su Chan killed my younger brother. I will never forgive the Su family. If you take the lead, I'll help you wipe them out. Su and Li families were already weak. Just one late-stage expert led him, and lost a nascent soul elder. Major losses. He already hated the Su family to the bone. Wang Ming calmly waved his hand, looked at Yuan Heoyu.
He Hongyuan spoke coldly. What do the 2 patriarchs think?
Today's meeting is to finalize the alliances. Either join forces to destroy Su, or stay neutral. Yuan Hao instantly smiled. The 4 clans were always together. Yuan family will follow the Wang family. Join forces to wipe out Su family. Everyone immediately looked at He Hongyuan. He was hesitant inside. The Su family has great potential. They even allied with the He family before. But now the 3 families have joined forces. If he insists on siding with the Sus, the He family will end up in trouble. He immediately responded, Patriarch Yuan is right. The 4 families should unite to fight the Sus as outsiders. The He family is pretty weak. We really don't have much choice. Wang Ming smiled. Since that's the case, our agreement is settled. Li Feiqi urgently asked Patriarch Wang, when are we taking out the Su family? The Sus are incredibly talented. Su Qingyun is already at nascent soul peak, only 1 step away from ascension. Su Yuanba is about to break through too. Plus the newly risen Su Chan. He couldn't wait to wipe them out. Yuan Hao and He Hongyuan were tense as well, looking at Wang Ming, awaiting his decision. The Su family is growing super fast. We need to take them out soon. Wang Ming shook his head. I'm late-stage ascension. We have other ascension experts. At mid and early stage too. If I really wanted to wipe out the Sus, I'd have teamed up with Li already. I haven't made a move yet. Not because I don't want to, but because I don't dare. Why's that? Li Feiqi asked anxiously. Everyone else was confused too. Could the Su family be hiding a trump card? Wang Ming looked serious and spoke slowly. Su Hongyuan isn't dead yet. What? How is he not dead? Li Feiqi was startled, his face full of fear. Su Hongyuan is the former Su patriarch, a peak stage cultivator. If he's still alive, even all four families together would lose. Yuan Hao quickly pressed on. Patriarch Wang, this isn't funny. When Su Hongyuan moved to Mingyu City back then, he was already on his last breath. It's been over 10 years. How could he still be alive? The only reason the Su family made it into the city was due to Su Hongyuan scaring everyone. If he's still around, no one would dare mess with the Su family. Wang Ming spoke calmly. Don't worry, everyone. Su Hongyuan is alive. But just barely. He's hanging by a thread. I called you here today, not to talk about attacking the Su family. He's still a peak cultivator after all. Even if he's half dead, he's still more than we can handle. The Sus have weak foundations.
And lack resources?
We just need to sanction them and cut off their resources. Then we win without fighting. Su Qingyun is at Nasan Seoul peak, but we have people that match him. If we keep this up, we'll win for sure. Li Feiqi thought for a second, then broke into a big grin. Great idea, Patriarch Wang. The Su family is already poor. Last month, they only handed out 60% of resources. They're basically out of options. Yuan Hao agreed. Cut off their supplies. And Su Qingyun can't power up. Su Chan won't be able to train either. If we get stronger while they weaken, sooner or later we'll easily take the Sus down. When it comes to resources, any of us four big families could crush the Sus alone. The families quickly reached agreement, deciding to impose economic sanctions on the Sus. Their main income relies on their shops. If we cut off the customers, their income drops by 80%. Everyone agreed to a price war. The Su family barely makes a profit, surviving only by volume. If the competition drops prices by 20%, it'll be easy to choke the Sus out. Jiaohe Street, Yulin Street, Fengyue Street. These are the Su clan's core shopping districts. As the Su shops were about to open, they saw lots of new rival stores pop up nearby. They're selling pretty much the same things as the Sus, but their prices are 20% lower. It's obvious they're targeting the Su family. The Su shops sell cheap goods for regular cultivators. Customers like that care a lot about price. Price is 20% lower. Draw in lots of business instantly. Even long-time customers switched sides.
Inside the Su shop.
The manager looked grim, anger in his eyes. He glared at the servant who came to report. Tell me, who dares challenge the Su family? The servant looked worried, his voice full of dread. Manager, all those shops are backed by the four big families. The manager's face changed instantly. Are you sure all four families are involved? Absolutely certain. Almost 60 new stores opened up. Over half are Wang families. Even the weakest, the He family, opened 7 stores. The manager grew even more serious. The four families have teamed up against the Sus, obviously trying to wipe us out. Su Yu immediately stood up nearby. He sternly warned not to face them head-on. I'll return to the Su family right away and report this. This is a huge matter. With that, he turned and quickly left. In the Su family council hall, nearly 30 top Su family members had gathered, besides a few core elders. There were also quite a few branch leaders. Su Qingshan looked serious and got straight to the point. I won't beat around the bush either. Su Yu sent back a message. The four big families have teamed up to open stores, trying to steal our Su family business. They're selling the same goods, but their prices are 20% lower. As soon as he finished speaking, everyone was shocked. Everyone understood. This move by the four big families is to completely oppose the Su family. Fourth elder Su, he frowned deeply. He spoke gravely. Shop profits are our family's lifeline. The four families want to cut off our foundation. Even that 3 billion spiritual stone emergency fund from Char can only help us briefly. It's not a long-term fix. The hall fell silent. Everyone looked worried, all thinking of a way out. Just then, Su Zhuang from a branch stood up, looking troubled, and said, Patriarch, there's something else I must report. I got news this morning. Several 7 mercenary corps that used to work with our family have all unilaterally ended their contracts. They won't supply us anymore. I looked into it and found out it was the Wang family using threats and bribes. They paid a hefty price to cut their ties with us. When Su Kenshin heard this, a fierce killing intent flashed in his eyes. The Wang family's move is forcing us into a corner. Now, with all four families coming at us, there's no room left at all, with no supply from the mercenaries. Our stores can't even restock goods anymore. We're in a deadlock. Su Yu looked worried. Our stores already rely on low prices and high sales volume. If we lower prices too, we won't make any profit. We'd even lose money. In this situation, what can we do? The crowd looked even more troubled. Only Su Kingshan and the core elders stayed calm. After all, they still had 3 billion spirit stones on hand. There was some buffer left. Su Yanshin pondered for a long time, then said, if it's a price war, we can't match the four families. We can only avoid direct conflict for now. Scale back on our stores, and start our own mercenary group. Head into Heo Forest to hunt beasts, and search for rare treasures. That's our only way forward. Greetings, young master. A respectful announcement came from outside the hall. I walked into the council room. Su Yanshin smiled and waved. Chenner, come sit here with me. Seeing this, the crowd was shaken. The Grand Elder invited me to sit down himself, showing he saw me as one of the Su family's core leaders. And with my current strength, I totally deserved it. I took my seat without hesitation. I looked at everyone and spoke up. No need to make it complicated. Let the four families play their little game. Let them be. We don't need to care. We open shops to keep the family running. But right now, the Su family isn't short on resources at all. Everyone was stunned to hear this. Many secretly shook their heads, thinking I was too young to get the family's crisis. After all, only the core elders knew about the 3 billion in the secret room. They feared showing off wealth would cause trouble, so they kept it secret. Su Kingshan knew I would never speak nonsense, and asked right away, Chenner, do you have a solution? I smiled calmly, and handed him a spatial ring. At the same time, I secretly said, Dad, there are 500,000 first-class spirit gathering pills in here, and 130,000 second-class restoration pills. I got them all from my master. It's more than enough for the family to use. Su Kingshan jumped to his feet, eyes wide in shock. All the spirit gathering pills in Mingyu City add up to only 100,000 or 200,000 at most. Restoration pills are even rarer.
10,000 is considered a lot.
Yet I just handed over so many pills. Elders like Su Yanshin immediately understood too. This was just like when I handed out 3 billion spirit stones. Su Kingshan had the same look then. With shaking hands, Su Kingshan checked the ring and saw mountains of pill bottles inside. He was totally convinced. The look in his eyes was full of amazement. I saw his confusion and smiled helplessly. My master is a saint, with amazing power, giving a few 100,000 D-grade pills to students for practice supplies is nothing special. Su Kingshan's mouth twitched, but he understood. To high-level cultivators, these D-grade pills are no big deal. He took a deep breath, looked around the room, and solemnly announced, from today on, all Su family shops will close. The family can take a break for now, with spirit stones and pills in reserve. Enough for us to last a long time. Once I've leveled up, the family will be much stronger. Then we can stand up to the 4 big families. Plus, in a few days at the Wambo Pavilion auction, there's a special treasure waiting that can help us reach nascent soul.
Hearing this,
The crowd got worried and started arguing against it. Su Kingshan waved his hand to interrupt. I have a plan. No more discussion from you all. Just follow my order. The Su family is always united and very loyal to family orders, even with doubts. No one said a word more. The meeting was over. Only the core elders stayed in the hall. Everyone checked the pills, one by one, all looking shocked. They finally understood where the patriarch's confidence came from. Su Yamba even hugged me tightly. Overjoyed, Zhao Chun, you're the blessing of our Su family. A few other elders grinned and valued me even more. Su Kingshan looked relieved and said, in 4 days, the Wambao auction will be held. Chun, you'll go with your second uncle. One immediately understood and blurted out, for the spirit crystal jade liquid. Su Yanshin nodded with a smile. Exactly. We couldn't afford to compete before, so we didn't dare try. But now, with 3 billion spirit stones, the spirit crystal jade liquid is definitely ours. It's packed with pure world energy and can help someone reach Nasan soul with no side effects. It's vital for our family. If we get it, the Su family will be even more confident in reaching new heights. Our strongest cultivators can stand taller. I agreed right away and promised to go too. After leaving the hall, I went straight back to my own courtyard. Greetings, young master. A pretty girl named Ruoxi was cleaning the yard. When she saw me return, she quickly bowed. She was sold into the family as a child. Always careful with her work. My father put her in charge of looking after me. I nodded lightly and sat down casually. Ruoxi automatically stood behind me, gently massaging my shoulders. I closed my eyes to enjoy and asked offhand, Ruoxi, how long have you been with me? Ruoxi softly replied, young master, it's been 11 years. 5 months in, my face showed surprise. I didn't expect him to remember so clearly. He asked again, what do you think about staying with the Su family? Ruoxi instantly looked terrified. She dropped to her knees and begged me, please don't make me leave. What did I do wrong? I'll fix it. I was stunned for a moment. Then I snapped out of it. I'm now the young leader of the Su family. Everything I say or do makes people overthink. This kind of question actually made him think I was kicking him out. I went up and helped her up, lifted her chin gently, looked into her watery eyes, smiled gently and said, I'm not trying to make you leave. Ruoxi just stared at me. I used to be cold to her, never this approachable. Now we're face to face. His cheeks turned red, heart racing out of control. He snapped back to reality. Blushing, he spoke softly, young master, I've been really happy in the Su family. I really love it here. I nodded, handed him a space ring, spoke calmly. This has cultivation resources and techniques. You have middle-grade spiritual roots. Focus on cultivating. Don't embarrass me. Ruoxi was overjoyed, quickly thanked me. Thank you, young master, for your guidance. He took the ring, checked it with his spiritual sense. Just one glance and he was stunned. His eyes were full of disbelief. The ring had way more spirit stones than he expected. Nearly 50,000 spirit stones in there. And a treasured sword. 2 beginner-level Xuan techniques. Ruoxi is just a servant of the Su family. He only earns about 70 spirit stones a month. With gifts like this, he couldn't save up in years. Not to mention Xuan techniques are worth a lot. They start at over 1 million spirit stones. He was truly grateful. He kneeled and bowed immediately. Sincerely thanked me, young master. Now he's completely devoted to me. I secretly sighed. Just these small things win people's loyalty, makes things easier. Then I got up and walked outside. Spoke calmly, let's go. Come walk with me. Strolling through Mingyu City, everything felt fresh. Even though I inherited memories, it's nothing like seeing it for real. Watching the busy crowd, I couldn't help but think how wonderful it is to be alive, freed from emptiness and loneliness. Really nice. We wandered nearly 3 hours, tried all the local snacks. I stopped in front of a place called Baixiang Restaurant. The place was nicely decorated, way more customers than nearby restaurants. I felt curious, so I stepped inside. Welcome, is it just the 2 of you? The attendant at the door greeted us warmly. I replied softly, yeah, 2 special guests. Come on in, the attendant shouted.
Let us inside.
I noticed the huge crowd. Asked casually, what's special here? Business is booming. The attendant smiled and replied, you don't know, do you? We have Miss Jingru, one of Mingyu City's top 10 beauties here. Every night, we draw lots for tables. If you're lucky to be chosen, you get to dine with Miss Jingru. Suddenly, it made sense. So it was all because of Yang Jingru. Yang Jingru was from a poor family, had nobody to rely on, yet made her way into the top 10 beauties by her looks. Of course, she drew crowds. I wasn't really interested in her, just wanted to enjoy the lively atmosphere. So I just ordered some food and drinks. Sit and enjoy. Ruoxi poured wine for me attentively. Soon, a graceful figure appeared on the stage. She wore a purple dress with light fabric. Her vibe was otherworldly. It was Yang Jingru. The whole place erupted. All the patrons started cheering. Everyone wanted to be picked. Yang Jingru scanned the crowd. Her gaze suddenly locked onto me. Eyes narrowed. She clearly recognized me. A hint of secret joy flashed in her eyes. She picked our table right away. Her assistant loudly announced, "Miss Jingru chose table 15. Everyone stared right at me, checking me out and talking. I frowned a bit, had no interest in this drama, glanced back at young Jingru, then looked away, signaled Ruoxi to keep pouring wine, stayed calm and indifferent. Bang! Someone from the next table slammed the table. Zhang Hian, dressed fancy, looked furious. He walked right up to me, glared at Ruoxi, then sneered, "This little beauty looks nice. Name your price." "I'll buy." Ruoxi got scared instantly, terrified I'd sell him off. Zhang Hian was obviously stirring up trouble. Saw I was cold toward Yang Jingru. Wanted to make a scene and show off. I looked up, coldly said, "Since I'm in a good mood. Get lost now." Zhang Hian's face went dark. Murder flashed in his eyes. "Kid, you dare talk to me like that?" 4 guards behind him surrounded us, showing their strength. All at foundation establishment level. The leader was even at early core formation. The guests around us saw it, started jeering, mocking me for not knowing my place. Someone recognized Zhang Hian as the eldest son of the Zhao family. The Zhao family has 3 nascent soul cultivators. Everyone waited to see me suffer. Yang Jingru saw it happen. Her heart raced nervously, but she didn't want to cross me for Zhang Hian. So she just watched coldly. Zhang Hian yelled, "Drag him out. Break his limbs." The 4 guards charged, grinning. I was fed up, raised my hand and grabbed. Power compressed the air instantly. The 4 were wiped out on the spot. Then I flicked a chopstick. It pierced Zhang Hian straight through. He fell to his knees, eyes blank. Clutching his wound, he screamed, "You dare kill me? The Zhao family won't spare you." I couldn't care less about bugs like him. A moment later, he died on the floor, eyes full of despair and regret. The whole place went silent. Everyone stared at the blood all over the floor. No one dared to even breathe. Young Jingru was deeply shocked. She looked at me, her gaze wavering. Her mind was full of thoughts about climbing up. A sudden nascent soul-level pressure blanketed the restaurant. The slightly heavy-set middle-aged manager Dong Zi rushed over. When he saw me, he quickly bowed. He looked terrified. "I am Dong Zi, manager of Beixiang Residence." "Greetings, young Master Su." Everyone was stunned when they heard that. They finally realized who I was. The young master of the Su family, Zhang Hian, who instantly killed Li Qiu in late nascent soul stage. They messed with the wrong person. It was suicide, really. I glanced at Dong Zi, stood up and said blandly, "Boring. Ruoxi, let's go home." With that, I left with Ruoxi right away. Dong Zi finally relaxed. He let out a long breath. Yang Jingru, up on the platform, was unwilling. Cursed Zhang Hian for ruining his chance. Meanwhile, Wang family's Yishi, the manager, was full of joy, reported to the master, "Things are better than expected. All Su family shops have closed." Wang Ming smiled. He looked proud. The Su family's foundation is weak. Without shop income, they're almost finished. Once we get Linglong Jade Essence from Wanbao Pavilion, they're done. The Su family's downfall is coming soon. Just about to speak. He sensed something odd, waved to dismiss the manager. Soon, a figure in black robes slipped in through the window. "Looking serious," said Wang family head. "There's been a change in the Su family today." Su Chan gave Su Qingshan a spatial ring. Then when Su Qingshan ordered the shops to close, he was full of confidence. Clearly, they found a way out. "You should be extra careful." Wang Ming frowned, asked for details. The black-robed man said they spoke privately by voice transmission. He couldn't know what was said. After the man left, Wang Ming thought for a bit, then scoffed, saying Su Qingshan was just pretending. "I know every detail of the Su family. There's no way they can turn things around." He was sure the Su family had no options. But he still feared my talent. Quietly made up his mind. After getting the Linglong Jade Essence, he'd immediately act and target the Su family. He won't give me any chance to grow. I just got back to my own yard. Su Yuanba rushed in, looking anxious. He grabbed me, "Zhao Chan. Hurry, come with me." Seeing his serious face, I stood up right away, third uncle. "Did something happen?" Su Yuanba looked gloomy, lowered his voice. "The old master is awake. He asked to see you younger ones." I was startled, realized instantly. It was the Su family's elder, rumored critically ill. I stayed calm, spread out my divine sense. In the depths of the Su house, I sensed a strong but incredibly weak aura. That was Su Hongyuan, a half-step void refinement. With my mid-saint cultivation, I could sense everything happening in the Su family. I just never checked before. Soon, our group walked through the main courtyard and into a secret underground passage. The normally damp tunnel was actually warm and dry. Clearly, some special formation was set up. At the far end, an old man sat slumped on a cushion. He looked frail. His eyes were dull, like a spent candle. That was Su Hongyuan. In front of him stood 23 direct Su family members. These were the elders and close younger generation. Su Qingshan saw me coming, quickly waved, "Chenner, come greet your grandpa." I stepped forward and bowed respectfully, paid my respects politely. Grandson greets grandfather. Su Hongyuan struggled to open his cloudy eyes. When he looked at me, he faintly smiled. His voice was rough and low. "Qingshan says you're our Su family's top genius, a rare spiritual root." As he spoke, he started coughing hard. I wanted to help him, but he waved it off. "Don't bother, just my old illness." He caught his breath, then went on. "You all are pillars of the family. I hope you lead the Su family further. Grandpa doesn't have much time left. Won't be able to stay with you long. Though it's our first meeting." I could clearly feel the kindness and affection in his eyes. The tunnel was suddenly full of sadness, a sorrowful feeling. Su Qianshan sobbed softly. Su Qingshan's face was full of grief and guilt. I understood. Su Hongyuan ended up like this. All for the Su family. For Su Qingshan, half-step void refinement. Should have 5,000 years of life. But he died sick at 1500. He must have burned spiritual blood early on. Suffered a nearly incurable wound. Su Hongyuan turned to Su Qingshan, gently said, "It's okay, child. Everything has its fate. Don't blame yourself for what happened back then. Don't feel too guilty." Su Qingshan clenched his fists. He trembled all over, fighting back tears. Since the Su family moved to Mingyu City over 10 years ago, this was Su Hongyuan's first time gathering all direct family. Everyone knew. It was the final farewell. I heard King Yun say, "The 4 big families teamed up against you. Sadly, I'm stuck here, bound to the life-extending formation. If I leave, I'll die immediately. Can't clear the way for you anymore." Su Hongyuan was full of helplessness. His eyes showed regret and frustration. Su Qingyun, eyes red, said, "Dad, you've already done enough for us. The rest of the way, we can go on. Then I can rest easy." Su Hongyuan looked everyone over, closed his tired eyes. "Seeing you one last time. I've no regrets this life. You should all go now. Let me be alone." Everyone looked sad. They knew this was goodbye forever. It was the final parting. Su Hongyuan's aura was fading fast. He only had 2 or 3 days left. Yet he was still the pillar of the Su family. Without his half-step void refinement power, the Wang family would have crushed the Su family already. Su Minghu couldn't help but ask Grandpa, "Isn't there any way to save you?" Yu Cheng's life-prolonging treasures. They're not impossible to find. Su Hongyuan opened his eyes and kindly shook his head. "It's not my lifespan running out. It's dried up blood and broken veins. Only heaven level, miraculous treasures can revive me. The kind that brings the dead to life, turns bones fresh again. There's only a slim chance. Such treasures are rare in the world. Your intentions. Grandpa appreciates them." Seeing everyone's gloomy faces, I suddenly spoke, "Dad, I want to stay and talk with the old master alone. Is that okay?" Su Qingshan nodded sadly.
He turned and left without a word.
The rest of the clan quickly left the tunnel. Only Su Hongyuan and I remained. Su Hongyuan looked at me kindly. "Weak breath, child. So, what did you want to say to me?" I paused for a moment. I spoke directly, old master. "What are the conditions to save you? Whether public or private, the Su family's pillar must never fall." Su Hongyuan gave a bitter smile and shook his head. "You're hoping to ask for your master's help, right?" Qingshan told me everything. But a few years ago, there was still hope for my injury. Now my blood's dried up. My body is failing. To save me, you need at least a heaven-grade treasure. Don't waste your energy." I didn't say more. I slowly revealed a scripture-covered fruit in my palm. A red fruit swirling with luck. A surge of powerful life force filled the tunnel instantly. Even Su Hongyuan's weak breath grew much stronger. I spoke calmly, old master. It's just heaven grade. This is the Dazang fruit. It can revive the dead, heal your wounds with ease. Su Hongyuan's pupils shrank suddenly. He stared hard at the fruit in my palm, his face filled with shock and excitement. Did your master give you this as well?
He thought my master was just at the integration stage.
Never expected I could offer a heaven grade treasure, I replied with a calm face. Of course, heaven grade isn't rare. Out the corner of my eye, I glanced at my system pack. I have over 3,000 Dazang fruits. Just a drop in the bucket? I handed the fruit to him. Old master, try this first. If it doesn't work, I'll find something stronger. Su Hongyuan trembled all over, too stunned to speak. Stronger, guaranteed. He's been trapped in the tunnel for over 10 years. The outside world has totally changed. He couldn't help but ask Chenner, "Who is your master, really?" I shook my head, pretending confusion. I don't know. He never revealed his identity. That's the excuse I made up. So there's really nothing to say. Such a vague answer actually makes it all more mysterious. Perfectly airtight. Su Hongyuan stopped asking.
He took the Dazang fruit, excited.
Swallowed it in one go. In an instant, pure, immense life energy surged inside him. Withered meridians quickly repaired. His aged skin became firm and full. In just a few breaths, he went from looking frail and old to a strong, impressive middle-aged man.
His energy shot up to half step.
Peak of void refining, injuries all healed. I'm restored. Su Hongyuan was full of excitement. He looked at me adoringly. Chenner, it's all thanks to you this time. I smiled softly. We're family. No big deal. Su Hongyuan calmed himself. He said in a deep voice, I'm going to retreat and break through to the void refining stage. I won't come out for a while. The Dazang fruit not only healed him, it also helped him touch the bottleneck of void refining. This retreat will definitely be a breakthrough. I bowed, Grandpa. I won't disturb your retreat. With that, I turned and left. Su Hongyuan watched me leave. His eyes moved slightly. He sensed I was hiding something, but didn't dig further. As long as I care about the Su family, that's enough. Plans formed in his heart. One day he'll share the family's secrets with me. I walked out of the tunnel. Only Su Qingshan and Su Yanshan waited outside. Su Qingshan sighed softly. The protective array is up. Old master doesn't want us to bother him anymore. Come on, Chenner, let's head back. He looked really dejected. I never mentioned Su Hongyuan recovering. Once he finishes his retreat, everything will be clear. Su Yanshan was about to leave. I suddenly called out second uncle. Do you know about my mother? Su Yanshan's steps stopped abruptly. His expression was a bit awkward. Didn't your mom pass away a long time ago? Why ask about this? I shook my head calmly. Just curious, that's all. Su Yanshan didn't say more. He left quickly. I watched him go. My gaze was serious, judging by his reaction. About my mother, about the Su family. There must be secrets I still don't know. And I realized, the Su family isn't from Mingyu City originally. They moved here from the East region, far away. There must be hidden stories behind this. I stared thoughtfully. It all made sense now. The Su family's old name wasn't what it is today. They used to be called the Qingfeng Gang. They made a living raiding and robbing. Then a big crisis hit. So they moved all the way to Mingyu City, clearly dodging some enemies. Su Yanshan's evasive attitude confirms it. This is definitely tied closely to my mother. Looks like I need to ask carefully sometime. I muttered softly, then turned and left. Next morning, it's resource distribution day for the clan. All direct Su family members went to Su He to collect their share. Su Minghu held a storage pouch, looking quite confused. Usually we just got resources outright. Today they're packed in storage bags. Really weird. Once everyone had left Su, his place with their resources, everyone started checking. All were totally shocked. How can there be so much? Su Minghu yelled in surprise. 30,000 lower-grade spirit stones.
10 restoration pills.
That's 10 times more than usual. Usually, direct members only got 3,000 or 5,000 spirit stones per month, and pills were handed out maybe once every few months. These resources are insanely generous. Everyone compared what they got. Different levels got different amounts. But no exceptions, everyone got way more than before. Seventh disciple got spirit gathering pills for foundation stage plus restoration pills. The treatment is totally upgraded. Su Minghu turned back right away.
He asked Su He, fourth elder.
What's going on here? The family's struggling right now. No need to give us so many resources. Su Shanshan chimed in too. Lots of direct members wanted to give the resources back. Su He smiled and waved her hand. Her tone was firm and wouldn't allow argument. Enough nonsense. You are the clan's future. Nothing matters more. This is the family head's order. Just take it. Right now, the Su family isn't short on resources. Just focus on training. Clan business isn't your concern. With that, she sent all the juniors away. The truth about Su family's wealth is still only known to the upper circle. Su Yu's second only to me among the young generation is already at peak foundation stage.
He spoke firmly since the clan values us so much.
Let's not refuse. Just focus on training. Pay the family back someday. When everyone heard this, they stopped arguing. This resource boost only applies to direct members. Side branches get the same as before. After all, direct members are the Su family's core. In a flash, it was time for the Wanbao Pavilion auction. Wanbao Pavilion is the top merchant guild in Mingyu City. They carry a full range of treasures. Even rare treasures for nascent soul cultivators are up for auction. If you pay a deposit, you can even have rare items transferred from high-level branches. Their foundation runs deep. I followed Suo Yunshin into the venue. A sweep with my divine sense, and I immediately sensed a powerful expert in the ascension stage guarding the hall. No wonder this business spans the entire eastern region. Attendance is by invitation only. Everyone here is a core formation cultivator or higher, or represents a major faction. The scene is bustling. The moment we walked in, sharp ridicule hit us. Isn't this the Su family? You guys actually dare show up to the Wanbao auction? Can you even afford anything here? Li Feiqi stood not far away, his expression cold. He looked at us with utter disdain. Ever since I killed Li Qiu, the Li and Su families have been mortal enemies. Lu Yunshin glanced calmly and shot back coldly. None of your damn business. With that, he led me straight inside. Li Feiqi was shaking with rage, murderous intent flashing in his eyes. The Su family's arrival immediately stirred whispers in the crowd. Everyone started mocking the Su family for being broke. They even said their shops were closed down. They have no right to join the auction, let alone bid for the main treasure, the spirit crystal liquid. The other four major families were even harsher, convinced that the Su family couldn't even cough up 1,000,000 spirit stones. Hearing all the sneers around me, I felt pretty annoyed. I silently decided that today, the Su family would buy everything. I was going to slap these people in the face. Once everyone was seated, a man in his 60s, Julie, took the stage. He announced that he was the manager of Wanbao Pavilion. He radiated a powerful ascension stage presence, which stunned the crowd. He went right ahead and announced the auction was starting. First up were 3 Tier 3 Yin transformation pills. They can help increase the odds of reaching the Yin form. Starting bid, 500,000. Low-grade spirit stones. Bidding started flying back and forth. The price quickly hit 800,000. I offered 1 million. I spoke calmly. Su Yunshin glanced at me, wondering why I'd need such a pill since I'd already reached nascent soul. But thinking of how I had billions of spirit stones, he kept quiet. The whole place fell silent instantly. Everyone looked stupefied. Li Feiqi burst out laughing. The Su family is really one of a kind. They'll even fight over such useless pills. Elder Yuan Qi from the Yuan family joined in mocking, figuring the Su family could only afford those cheap items. Julie banged the gavel and made the sale. The second item appeared right away. A Tier 4 Wanling pill. It helps nascent soul cultivators break through to a higher stage. It's so rare you can't buy it even if you have money. Starting bid, 3 million. Low-grade spirit stones bidding got even more intense. The price finally settled at 6 million. 6.5 million. I spoke up again. Every eye in the room turned right to me. Li Feiqi instantly mocked Su Qin. You can't just shout any price at an auction. Does the Su family even have that many spirit stones? Julie also looked serious, reminding me to be careful. Without a word, I tossed out a spatial ring. After Julie checked it with his divine sense, his face broke out in a big smile. He immediately finalized the deal. I looked over at Li Feiqi, my gaze full of disdain.
He was so mad he was grinding his teeth.
Yet he couldn't do a thing about it. I bought up all the other rare nascent soul treasures that followed, and then paid on the spot, not missing a beat. In just a short while, I'd already spent nearly 40 million spirit stones. Everyone in the hall was completely dumbfounded. No one could believe this was the supposedly broke Su family. Wang Ming looked gloomy, full of unease. Even the manager next to him was just as confused. His informants swore. The Su family had only about 1 million spirit stones in reserve. There was no way they could bring out this kind of cash. Wang Ming pushed down his doubts, deciding to just sit back and watch. He was sure there was no way I could buy everything up. Soon the 13th auction item appeared. Julie waved out 4 special flags. He introduced them as the Black Rank Ultimate 4 Symbols Array. Works for both attack and defense. The array flags are easy to carry. It just consumes a lot of spiritual power. Starting price, 10 million. Low-grade spirit stones. The whole venue went quiet. A treasure of this rank is way out of reach for most groups. It's just too much for the average force. Everyone looked to the 5 big families. No one else even wanted to try bidding. Li Feiqi calmly opened at 11 million spirit stones. Since the Li family couldn't get the spirit crystal liquid, they wanted a practical treasure instead. After he called his price, the hall stayed silent. The other families clearly didn't want to blow their spirit stones on this. 12 million, I said lazily. Li Feiqi whipped his head around, eyes flashing with fury. He just couldn't figure out how the Su family had so many spirit stones. I bid 13 million spirit stones. My voice totally calm. 20 million spirit stones. Everyone gasped in shock. I just raised the price by 7 million in one go. No one had ever seen such aggressive bidding. The crowd was stunned. Just how many spirit stones was the Su family hiding? Li Feiqi was furious, but couldn't cause trouble with Wanbao Pavilion's rules in place. 20 million was way more than he expected, so he just snorted and gave up.
He planned to wait me out until I ran out of money.
I tossed out another spatial ring. After checking, Julie said loudly, "Congratulations to young Master Su for winning the 4 symbols array." Su Yanchen couldn't help but force a smile. "Chenner, even if you have spirit stones, you can't just spend like this." I answered my second uncle calmly. "It's just a few spirit stones. I was planning to spend 1 billion anyway. I haven't even used 1/10 of that yet. People in Mingyu City are really broke. There's no pressure at all." Lu Yanchen's mouth twitched. To him, 1 billion spirit stones is nearly impossible to save up in a lifetime. But to me, it's just leftover change. Then Julie took out a beautiful porcelain bottle. "A pure energy seeped from within," he announced loudly. "The 14th item up for auction next," which I'm sure needs no introduction. Spirit crystal liquid can help nascent soul cultivators reach perfection. No roadblocks for cultivators to break through to divine transformation. And there are no side effects. The whole place exploded with excitement. Everyone's eyes were blazing. Even Su Yanchen couldn't hide his excitement. This was exactly what the Su family came for. It was also a must-have for the 4 big families. Everyone was even more curious. What could possibly beat Spirit Crystal Liquid as the finale item? How rare must it be? Julie spoke steadily. Starting bid, 70 million. Low-grade spirit stones. Yuan Hao was the first to call out. 80 million spirit stones. A 10 million jump in one go, full of confidence. The crowd gasped again. I leaned over and asked my second uncle, Su Yanchen. "I remember last time the spirit crystal liquid sold for 270 million. Low-grade spirit stones, right?" Su Yanchen replied, "Why do you ask?" I raised my hand. 300 million spirit stones. The instant I said it, the entire room was shocked. Everyone's eyes were filled with disbelief. 300 million spirit stones was far more than the last auction's price. All the earlier mockery of the Su family being poor. Now this has become a huge joke. Wang Ming and Yuan Hao suddenly stood up. The He family head was frozen in shock. No one expected me to bid like this. Su Yanchen was stunned too. He's always been frugal. But he didn't stop me.
After all, it was my own money.
Julie snapped back to reality. She loudly asked if anyone wanted to raise their bid. Wang Ming's face was cold. He gritted his teeth. 310 million. He didn't believe Su's family could outbid the Wangs. He insisted on competing. I glanced at him calmly. 400 million. Wang Ming froze instantly. A 9 million increase in one go. It already far exceeded the true value of Linglong jade nectar. The room went dead silent. I stayed calm and collected. I looked back at the Wang family head. "Wanna keep going?" Wang Ming looked grim. He forced out 410 million spirit stones. Li Feiqi mocked at once. He was sure I was just bluffing. He thought I was out of ammo. I sneered 500 million spirit stones. Wang Ming and his companions' faces froze. They were totally stunned. Wang Ming still refused to give up. He was about to speak. I cut him off. 600 million spirit stones. Wang Ming's raised hand froze in midair. 600 million is already sky high. He had no more confidence to bid. I glanced at him with disdain. Wang family got plenty to spend. Why not keep going? I got a mountain of spirit stones for this. 600 million is nothing to me. The Wang family's manager spoke up. He questioned me harshly. They all thought I made up the bid. Julie instantly scolded them, keeping order. I said I'd pay on the spot, shutting down everyone's doubts. Seeing this, Wang Ming whispered to his manager, told him to call their people. They're going after Su family right away. They plan to wipe the Su family out, to prevent future troubles. The manager left immediately. Among the four big families, everyone exchanged glances. All of them were filled with killing intent. No one raised their bid anymore. Lingjing Jade Nectar was won by the Su family. I paid all 600 million spirit stones up front. Julie looked at the huge pile of spirit stones. Her face was filled with excitement. Her skyrocketing sales were now certain. Julie then brought out the showpiece item. A dragon pattern pill appeared on the stone platform. She announced loudly, "Next up, the most important 6th grade pill of today's auction." The dragon transformation pill. Wang Ming shot to his feet. His eyes were full of greed. The pill boosts your cultivation to nascent soul stage. Only elite 6th grade alchemists can make it. He was sure I had spent too much on the previous item. He thought I couldn't compete anymore. He was feeling confident and ready to bid. Julie announced, starting at 100 million. Lower grade spirit stones. Wang Ming was about to speak, but my voice rang out first. 600 million spirit stones. Wang Ming's smile froze on his face. He stared in utter disbelief. Seeing that, I added, Wang family head interested too. Then let me add another 100 million. 700 million spirit stones. The room went silent. Everyone was shocked. Bidding in hundreds of millions like this completely overturned the auction rules. The four great families. Everyone was silent. Wan and Wang could take out 700 million. But it was clear I still had money left. So no one dared to fight me. Many cultivators shook their heads quietly. Su family acting this bold would for sure bring revenge from the other families. Li Feiqi's son, Li He, looked worried. He whispered, "Dad, what now?" Su family's loaded. Their old financial restrictions were useless now. If they get the dragon pill, it will be almost impossible for the other families to hit back, especially since the lease already fell out with the Su family. Li Feiqi looked grim. He said quietly, "Don't worry, Su family won't survive today." Li, he lit up at that. His eyes shone. "Dad, you're saying we're about to take action against the sus?" Li Feiqi nodded with a cold smile. "So what if they have all those treasures? We'll see if they even get to use them. Even if they're rich, they only have 2 nascent soul stage on the surface. No way to beat the 4 families." Up on the stage, Julie was all smiles. She called out the final price. 700 million spirit stones. Going once, going twice. Sold. Congrats to the Su family on winning the dragon transformation pill. That concludes today's auction. Everyone, please leave in an orderly fashion. Everyone left in a daze. I dominated the whole auction myself. Truly unprecedented. My younger companions were all fired up. What happened today is enough for them to brag about for years. Inside the luxury booth after the auction, Julie handed over a storage ring with a smile. "All the treasures you won are inside. Feel free to check." Though he's nascent soul stage, he remained humble. Wanbao Pavilion always puts customers first. Su family's amazing wealth meant Julie treated us with extra care. I stepped aside, said to Su Yangchen, "Uncle, you know better than me. You're more experienced. You should check everything. This way I saved his pride, so he wouldn't look like a follower. Su Yunshin didn't overthink it. He came forward and took the ring, checked everything carefully. After verifying, he thanked Julie for her help. Julie waved it off. Her tone was half joking. Just doing my job. But it looks like Su family got into some trouble. If you're willing to pay, I can introduce reliable protection. If the price is good, they could even get someone at nascent soul stage. Normally, she wouldn't have mentioned this. But Su family's money was shocking. This was a huge business chance. Su Yunshin was shocked. Wanbao Pavilion could really contact nascent soul fighters. He asked immediately, Manager Julie, how much does it cost to hire one? Julie smiled. Usually, 100 million lower grade spirit stones. We'll hire a nascent soul expert for a year. Su Yunshan was good at bargaining, but knew the family could afford it now. Julie handed over a jade messenger. Elder Su, contact me anytime you need. This was her personal connection. She earned a commission. With zero risk. Totally safe money. Su Yunshin thanked her. Then took me and left Wanbao Pavilion. He needed to discuss this back home. Plus, the Su family still had an old nascent soul level elder in seclusion. He's still cultivating, so they didn't urgently need outside help. As we walked away, Julie watched our backs. Her eyes grew cold. Moonlight City is about to see bloodshed again. On the way back, Su Yunshin was anxious. We got the treasure on film. Showed off massive wealth. That already made us a target for the 4 clans.
He was scared they'd go all out.
An attack without warning. As soon as he finished talking, a powerful presence suddenly hit us. It trapped both of us in place. Not good. Su Yunshin's face changed instantly. Of course, what I feared most is happening. Su Yunshin, stay here with me. Wang Ming appeared out of nowhere, not hiding his killing intent.
He raised his hand and blasted a scorching fireball.
It shot straight at Su Yunshin. Su Yunshin was just at early nascent soul stage. He barely blocked it with all his strength. He shouted angrily, Wang Ming, are you Wang clan really going to fight the Su clan to the death? If Wang Ming shows up this openly, it's clearly a trap with no escape. They want the Su clan wiped out. Su Yunshin, your Su clan dies today. Li Feiqi rushed over right after. His face was cold and fierce. Murderous intent overflowing. You too, Su Chen. I'll rip you apart, nerves and all. To honor Li Qiyu. Before he finished, He Hongyuan, head of the He clan, arrived too. The other 2 nascent soul experts from the Wang clan appeared. Now we were surrounded. I looked calm, even with a bit of mockery. Relax, no one's dying today. Yeah, I may only show as a nascent soul on the surface. But if it comes to a real fight, these people are no threat at all. After today, the 4 main clans of Moonlight City will be erased. Several nascent soul auras swept through the city. Nearby cultivators ran in terror. Everybody scattered and fled. Even the battle shockwaves from nascent soul stage were tough for normal nascent soul cultivators to withstand. Nobody dared stick around to watch. You really want to fight the Su clan to mutual destruction? Su Yunshin's gaze was icy. Just then, Su Qingshan flashed onto the scene.
He'd already noticed the trouble.
And rushed here to help. Su Qingshan looked dead serious. The 4 clans had gathered 7 nascent souls. The Su clan had just him and Su Yunshin. Earlier, the others still feared their old man, so they didn't dare make a move. But now they're finally showing their true colors. What's with that Su clan elder's big talk? Now Yuan Hao stepped up, with another nascent soul from the Yuan clan beside him. Now every nascent soul expert from the 4 clans was present.
He looked at us with contempt.
You Su clan want a fight to the bitter end against us. If it weren't for Su Hongyuan, you wouldn't even be allowed in Moonlight City. Su Qingshan and Su Yunshin looked grim. That's how it is. Without Su Hongyuan holding the fort, the Su clan would have been swallowed by the 4 clans long ago. Su Qingshan turned to look at me. Steady voice, but couldn't hide the concern. Chun, when the fighting starts, get out as soon as you can. Third uncle is waiting to help you escape. As long as you live, there's hope for the Su clan. He's ready to die. Sure, the Su clan can't escape disaster this time. I was quickly thinking of my move. I can't reveal my sage cultivation yet, so I just laughed. Dad, you're underestimating me. I'm already at peak nascent soul, about to break through. I can beat anyone below mid-spirit severing pure genius. Isn't fighting above my level a regular thing for me? Su Qingshan paused and questioned me seriously. One more strong fighter means a bit more chance to live. Even slowing the enemy helps. I chuckled, then shot forward like a meteor, rushing right at Li Feiqi. Li Feiqi sneered at me. A nascent soul punk dares pick a fight? You must have a death wish.
He reached out trying to grab me.
Since you delivered yourself, don't blame me for being ruthless. The instant he touched my fist, he felt an overwhelming force. His face changed dramatically. With a muffled boom, Li Feiqi was blown away by my punch. He crashed hard onto the ground. Smoke and dust flew everywhere. Everyone at the scene was shocked. No one could believe it. I'm still just nascent soul stage. But I knocked out, mid-spirit severing Li Feiqi with one punch. Beating a higher realm is totally against the odds. Su Qingshan and Su Yanshan's eyes went wide. They never expected me to have this kind of power. Li Feiqi spat blood, his body shaking with hidden force. Without dodging, he was already badly hurt. He looked up and screamed, "How are you this strong?" I answered coolly, "There's a lot you haven't seen. Trust me." Wang Ming was both shocked and furious. He bellowed, "Enough crap. Use all your power. Leave no survivors. I'm super strong at a young age. If they let me go, I'll be real trouble for them later." He showed his late spirit severing might, ordering 5 nascent souls from the Wang and Yuan clans to attack Su Qingshan and his teammate. Li Feiqi and Hong Yuan teamed up to kill me. The big fight kicked off. Su Qingshan and his ally were outnumbered 2-5, barely holding on. They couldn't fight back at all. "Don't drag it out. Look for an opening to break through," Su Qingshan urged in a low voice. Wang Ming sneered. "No one can save you now." He tossed out several engraved formation stones. An ultimate Zhuan rank killing array appeared instantly, caging Su Qingshan and his partner inside. "Ha, this array cost me a fortune. Today will be your grave." The array turned into a giant blade. Su Qingshan barely dodged it. The blade turned on Su Yanshan next. Su Yanshan was weaker and couldn't dodge at all. He had to take it head-on. Whoosh! The blade cut through his defense, heading right for his forehead. "Let me help." Su Qingshan gave it everything and smashed the giant blade, saving Su Yanshan just in time. Wang Ming glared darkly. The array morphed into a saber, sword, and spear. More Wang and Yuan nascent souls joined the array, using it to attack those two. Su Qingshan looked bitter. The 4 clans had planned this all along. "We're doomed this time," he yelled at me. "Chan, run, don't worry about us." But when he turned around, he froze in shock, total disbelief in his eyes. He saw me darting around with amazing speed, physically dominating both Hong Yuan and Li Feiqi, spirit-severing stage fighters. I beat up both mid-stage powerhouses. They couldn't hit back at all. I was just toying with them. Hong Yuan roared. "Clan leader Wang, kill those 2 quickly. This kid is way too weird and strong." Wang Ming shouted useless, angrily, but he couldn't help them. He turned and said coldly, "Do it. Let's take out Su Qingshan and his partner first. Then handle this kid. Even Hong Yuan and Li Feiqi can't handle me." Wang Ming was getting more and more frustrated. He even started to suspect those 2 were working with the Su clan. The 4 clans were always temporary allies anyway. Once the Su clan's gone, they'll fight each other again. He wanted to win this with no injuries, but that's impossible now. If he really pushes the 2 nascent soul fighters, they'll fight to the death. It would just cause more casualties. It'd only give others a chance to take advantage. The array's long sword slashed straight down. Su Qingshan couldn't dodge in time. His arm was cut open, the wound deep to the bone. Blood spurted out. The Wang clan's nascent soul cultivator went all out. Su Qingshan and Su Yanshan were completely overpowered. They couldn't resist at all. Su Yanshan was sent flying hard. He crashed heavily into the ground. A mouthful of blood gushed out. His aura crashed instantly. "Kill him!" Murder filled Wang Shou's eyes.
He lunged at Su Yanshan to kill.
Su Yanshan's whole body was in unbearable pain. He didn't even have strength to lift his hand to block. He could only watch the attack close in. The second brother, Su Qingshan's eyes nearly burst. He roared, wanting to help. Wang Ming sneered. "Don't worry. I'll send you to join her soon." At the critical moment, a terrifying, overwhelming pressure swept through the city. Everyone was shocked. They all turned to look. Their faces changed instantly. That's an aura transformation cultivator's aura. Wang Shou trembled all over. The spiritual power in his hand fell apart. His gathered attack burst on the spot. His offense was gone. Inside 10,000 Treasures Pavilion, Julie sensed the aura. Golden light flashed in her eyes. Her face was full of intrigue. Those 4 clans are in big trouble. The pressure faded away in a flash. A tall figure tore through space and arrived. His presence was fierce and overbearing. Everyone realized in shock it was an aura transformation expert. They quickly bowed deeply. "Greetings, senior." The newcomer was Su Hongguan himself. He let out a cold laugh. He reached out and grabbed. The air shattered. Wang Shou was snatched in his grip like a chick. No way to resist. "Please spare me, senior." Wang Shou's face was full of terror. He had no idea why this disaster had struck. Su Qingshan and Su Yunshan recognized who it was. Shocked yet excited, they cried out, "Oh, master, you broke through." The man in front of them was none other than the Su Hongyuan from back then. His old withered look faded away completely. He had already entered the aura transformation stage. With an aura transformation expert present, the Su family no longer feared the 4 clans. Su Hongyuan smiled and said, "Of course, you all worked hard. Leave the rest to me." With that, he squeezed his palm slightly. Wang Shou was crushed into blood mist. He died on the spot. Wang Ming sensed the aura. His face went pale in an instant. He screamed in terror, "You're Su Hongyuan? How are you still alive? And you broke through aura transformation." He never expected. Su Hongyuan, who almost died back then, had lived, and even advanced his cultivation. Su Hongyuan sneered.
He punched, bursting with power.
He tore Wang Ming's high-rank killing array apart. The shockwave rippled out, forcing the Yuan's and Wang's nascent soul experts to retreat. None dared to face it, though there's only one stage between nascent soul and aura transformation. Their powers worlds apart. Even the shockwave could seriously injure a nascent soul cultivator. Big changes shadowed Wang Ming's face. With Wang Shou dead, the Wang family took heavy losses. He shouted to the other 3 clans, "How long are you just going to watch?" Su Hongyuan looked down on them all. "Got back up?" No sooner had he spoken, his expression turned serious. He looked off into the distance. A crack opened in the far-off sky. 4 figures walked out slowly. The lead man's arm was severed, looking battered, his aura weak. The 3 behind him were overwhelming. All of them were aura transformation experts. Wang Ming's pupils shrank suddenly. He recognized the one-armed man as the nascent soul late-stage cultivator who'd helped attack the sus. But the 3 aura transformation experts behind him, he didn't know at all. Fear filled his heart instantly. The gaunt, long-nosed Li Ming laughed coldly. It was just too easy. The Qingfeng gang with a secret bounty turned out to be the Su family all along. Everyone was stunned when they heard this. Their expressions changed drastically. Secret bounties come from the famous Dark Watch of the East Domain. They accept assassinations and also post high reward bounties. If 3 aura transformation experts were drawn in, the bounty on the Su family must be sky high. Su Hongyuan's face changed drastically. They'd hidden for years, but still got found in the end. The other side had 1 late-stage aura transformation and 2 mid-stage aura transformations, far stronger than he'd just become. The one-armed man begged with all his might, "Sirs, I've already led you here. Please let me go." Lu Ming sneered, waved and killed him on the spot. Childish. Then he fixed his gaze on Su Hongyuan. "You're Su Hongyuan." He swept his glance at Su Qingshan. Su Yunshan frowned. "Why? Are there 4 missing?" Luo Xinj grinned savagely. "Brother, just grab them and soul search?" "Well, no." Lu Ming laughed. "That's right." Greed filled his eyes. The Su family is worth 2 million high-grade spirit stones each. Not sure which big shot you guys pissed off for such a bloody bounty. Everyone was shocked. 2 million high-grade stones is equal to 2 billion low-grade stones. The sus faces fell even more. Su Hongyuan shouted, "Qingshan, take Chenner and go." Then he ignited his essence blood. His aura became wild and soared. He was about to fight the 3 aura transformation experts to the death, to buy his family a chance. Su Qingshan trembled all over. Back then, he'd caused Grandpa to be gravely wounded. Now he said resolutely, second brother. You take Chenner and run? I'll stay. Su Yanshin roared angrily. No, we all leave together. None of you will get away. Lu Ming spoke with contempt. His pressure filled the city like a tidal wave. All the cultivators in town trembled in fear.
He coldly ordered, I'll take care of Su Hongyuan.
You all kill the rest. Don't let any escape. Luo Shinj grinned maliciously, watching the sudden change. I shook my head, thought Grandpa's move would end it. But there's still a twist. Seems I must step in myself. I slightly raised my hand. A flash of light shot out, striking Luo Shinj. Luo exploded instantly. Blood splattered everywhere. Liu and Pan were horrified. Instinct made them turn and run. Someone who kills void stages is beyond their power. The whole place went silent. Everyone was in shock. Retreating in fear, Su Hongyuan reacted fast. Throwing a punch, Wang Ming died on the spot. He shouted, kill. The Su family attacked. All the family's experts fell, losing all resistance.
He Hongyuan was full of regret.
He shouldn't have joined the Wangs. Now he faces death. The 4 families were wiped out. Su Hongyuan bowed to the sky. Thank you, senior, for the help. The sky was silent. No response came. I spoke up. Master, is it you? A vortex swirled, then vanished. The Su family realized. It was my master. A master who kills void stages. That power is terrifying. I bowed. Thank you, master. Still no reply. Su Hongyuan looked at me.
His gaze complex.
He told Su Qingshan, Qingshan, step down for Chenner. He is more fit to lead. Su Qingshan was helpless, but he nodded happily. He smiled at me. Chenner, I'll keep the seat for you. You make the decisions. We'll handle the chores. My strength against experts, plus my mysterious master, makes me fit for the role. I thought for a moment, then shook my head. Dad, you keep the seat. We'll talk in a few years. Su Qingshan smiled. Fine. I'll save it for you. It's yours whenever you want. He then turned to Su Hongyuan, his expression serious. Before he could speak, Su Hongyuan spoke first. It's all because of Chenner that I healed and broke through. Su Qingshan was shocked, looking at me differently. But he didn't ask. Everyone has secrets. He chose to respect mine. Su Hongyuan then ordered, deal with those onlookers. Qingshan, seize their assets. Pull them out by the roots. Leave no future trouble. Killer's intent filled his eyes. We were once the Qingfeng gang. Mercy isn't our way. Su Qingshan obeyed, with clear intent to kill, and turned to leave. In just one day, Moon City was bathed in blood. The 4 families were gone, wiped out completely. All forces were silent. Allies of those families shook, fearing our retribution. In all of Moon City, only Su family had experts. Su Qingyun used the liquid to reach the deity stage. Su family stood at the top. Su Qingshan returned and got a secret report. He coldly summoned Elder Su Yi. Soon Su Yi entered and bowed respectfully. Greetings, clan leader. Su Qingshan stared at him. Elder, do you know why I called you here? Su Yi's heart sank, pretending to be lost. I don't know. We hate traitors, by our old gang rules. You know the price. Qingshan's voice was icy. Su Yi turned pale, kneeling for mercy. The Wangs forced me. Forced you? Qingshan sneered. Their manager confessed. You joined them yourself. Su Yi's plea froze on his face. Full of terror, he bet on our defeat and risked everything. Didn't expect we'd win it all. As a branch leader, you betrayed the clan, strip your whole line of power, and banish you all. Su Qingshan finished, raised his hand, and destroyed his cultivation. Guards, kick them all out. Hang him at the gate for 3 days. Then behead him in public. Su Yi went mad, screaming and cursing. Qingshan was unmoved. When you betrayed us, did you think of this? Without Chenner and Grandpa, the family would be gone. Death is not enough. After Su Yi was dragged away, the family learned of his betrayal. Everyone was furious. In half a day, Su Yi was beaten to death, yet anger still remained. Days later, peace returned. Su family made no moves, letting others relax. In the inner court, we sat together. Grandpa hesitated, then finally spoke. I hid the past from you. Now you're strong enough to know the truth. I narrowed my eyes. There was a secret. Su Hongyuan sighed. Looking back, the Qingfeng gang era started with your mother. They fell in love and had you. But before you were a month old, her family came for her. They were so strong. I was almost a void expert, but felt crushed by their weakest. He looked fearful. They took her away and tried to kill us all, saying we stained their blood. If not for a mysterious savior, we'd be long gone. I was left with these wounds. Even today, we don't know if she's alive or who they are. I fell silent. Father's eyes were dim, full of regret. I heard the holy body can reach the saint realm. Chenner, if you get there, bring your mother back. He felt powerless, knowing his own limits. Only I could do it. With firm eyes, I replied, I will surely bring her home. Grandpa warned, don't be rash. Wait until you're ready. Then you can move. I nodded, said no more, and went back home. My gaze shifts. Aura flows around me. In a flash, I stand high in the sky. As a sage, I could have easily found my relatives. But when I search with my spirit, there's no sign of my mother's bloodline. Only two possibilities here. Either my mother has passed, or someone stronger is hiding her. I'm sure my mother is alive. So I use my cultivation. Activate the 100,000-year cultivation system. Ask if I should suppress the fluctuations. I agree right away. Even after boosting to late sinking stage, nothing. I then order to use 2 million years of cultivation. My aura soars. I break through to early innate ancient sage. All creation is under my control. Everything in East Domain is in my mind. Finally, I sense a faint bloodline signal. But just as I dig deeper, the void suddenly collapses. Heaven and earth can't withstand my power. If I keep searching, life across 1,000,000 miles will die. I have to withdraw my strength. My mother is still alive. There's a strong protector in Zhuanshan realm. No immediate danger. No need to rush. As I'm thinking, I suddenly sense the fragile breath of the Zhuanshan realm's Tao. A strange, sorrowful cry enters my mind. It's full of pleading, despair, and pain. Seems like the Tao is asking me for help. I want to investigate further, but the Tao's aura vanishes instantly. It's gone, leaving me full of questions. I furrow my brows. Something big and secret is hidden in the Zhuanshan realm. If I hadn't searched for my mother's bloodline through the Tao, I wouldn't have noticed the Tao's strangeness. This odd feeling lingers. Even as a sage, only after breaking through to innate ancient sage and digging deep, could I catch even the faintest sense? Checked again and again. Still no clue. So I let it go. Stopped caring about my mother's whereabouts. I'm not in a rush anymore. According to my memory, I post a bounty. Reward. They'll eventually follow the Su family's trail. With all these changes, life's way more interesting than just being peaceful. All my cards are in hand. 100 billion years of cultivation is enough to reach a terrifying level. If needed, I still have Su Shaokei's summon card. No need to worry at all. After the 4 big clans were destroyed, the Su family began to grow fast. After inheriting the 4 families' assets, Su family holds 30 billion spirit stones, countless rare treasures, and steady income from many businesses. The 4 clans had huge populations. Their wealth was astonishing. But the Su family is smaller, so its members got way more resources. Core members' resources tripled. Side branches' resources are also 3 times more. Overall power keeps improving. 2 weeks after the clans were wiped out, Gusu City near Mingyu City, Wanli City and 3 other cities came to offer congratulations. These 5 forces in East Domain used to be allies. Now the Su family dominates. 4 of them have tried to win favor. Over 20 pay annual protection fees. Each force in the nascent soul stage offers nearly 10 million spirit stones yearly. Long-term profits are promising. Basically, they're joining the Su family on their own. In Zhuanshan realm, forces split into King Huang and Sint. 4th rank Earth-level forces are already gone. Su Qingshan is ambitious, determined to make Su family a king-level force.
Taking over 4 cities is key.
Getting full control is only a matter of time. Inside the Su family's inner court, Su Qingshan hands me the dragon transformation pill. Chenner, you keep this pill. To him, such treasures are only for me. Only I can use them best. I look annoyed, wave my hand to refuse. I said I don't need resources. So you keep it. Anything I give to the family, they can handle themselves. No need to be polite with me. After I speak, I wave my hand. The hall instantly fills with a strong scent of pills. 7 or 8 grade 6 pills, way beyond the dragon transformation pill, appear before us. Su Qingshan is stunned, his pupils shrinking, frozen in shock. Grade 6 pills are super rare in Mingyu City, but I easily pull out a handful, way beyond his expectations. Seeing his awkward expression, I take the pills back. I say keep the dragon transformation pill. Break through the nascent soul peak soon. Then I'll get you a renewal pill. Su Qingshan is totally shocked. You can even get a renewal pill? Grade 7 pills need grade 7 alchemists. They help break through the nascent soul stage. Grade 7 pills are top treasures in East Domain. I stay calm. Just grade 7 pills. I can get grade 8 or 9 pills too. You really don't know my master's skill. Anyway, the master is just a cover, so I can say anything. Su Qingshan is left speechless. I get up and say I'm heading out. Then leave. He watches me go. Silent for a long time, feeling proud, murmuring my mother's name, full of pride. After leaving the Su family, I head straight to the treasure pavilion. The Su family has plenty of cultivation resources, but lacks skills and alchemists, blacksmiths. Plus, I have lots of lower grade spirit stones, so I plan to buy treasures, weapons, and fill the gaps. Boost overall power. Arriving at Treasure Pavilion's door, the staff welcomes me with a flattering smile. Bows greeting Su Young Chief. Now I'm a top VIP here. They don't dare slack off. Quickly ask what I need. I stand with my hands behind my back. Say calmly, get Manager Ju. I'm buying a lot. The staff rushes off. To report right away. Julie already told them. My arrival must be reported immediately. Stone Creek. Julie quickly comes over. Smiling warmly, Su Chen just now. Busy with work. Sorry I couldn't greet you earlier. Really sorry. Then leads me to a fancy VIP room. Serves spiritual jelly and tea. Very courteous. I pick up a piece of spiritual jelly. Joke Manager Ju is generous. Such high quality. Even served to guests. Julie quickly promises if you like it, I'll send some to your home anytime. Then get straight to business. Asking what I need. Offhand I ask, how many snacks do you usually stock? Julie thinks for a moment. She proudly replies, Moon City branch has at least 4 billion spirit stones worth of goods. She thought I'd look shocked, but I just frowned a bit, felt the stock was too little. I calmly asked Julie to count. All goods in the treasure pavilion. I'll take everything. Julie froze instantly, completely stunned. Even after double-checking, she's still shocked. 4 billion in goods is no small amount. She even doubted the Su family's wealth. I didn't bother to explain. Just tossed out a space ring. That's 1 billion deposit. Julie used her spiritual sense, checked and gasped. No more doubts at all. Her eyes fill with joy. She gets busy counting and packing. Half an hour later, Julie returned with 11 top-level space rings filled with goods, and came back to group leader Su. Total goods are 4.357 billion. We waived 7 million for low-grade spirit stones. The final payment is 4.35 billion. I checked and paid the balance, then asked, a bit dissatisfied, is this all your treasure pavilion has? Don't you have anything better? Julie swallowed hard, totally confused. There are even some quality goods for Nas and Soul stage, but I still wasn't impressed. She paused for a bit, then tried to ask which aspect I meant. I didn't answer directly. Instead, I asked, you can order goods, right? Julie was startled, quickly replied, of course. What do you want? I can get it from other branches, or from headquarters, but a deposit is needed up front. I nodded, thinking, and started listing items. Cultivation pills, tier 3 to 5, 10,000 of each for now. Healing pills, 10,000 of those too. Julie's smile froze. Totally in disbelief, she quickly cut me off. Wait, Group Leader Su, are you sure you didn't misspeak? Each tier 3 cultivation pill costs at least 50,000. That means 10,000 pills would be 500 million spirit stones. Tier 4 starts at 500,000. Tier 5 starts at 2 million. Are you really buying that many? I did a rough calculation. All these pills would be just a bit over 20 billion. That's nowhere close to my reserves. So I changed it to 20,000 each. So 20,000 of each. Julie finally couldn't hold back. She replied, "That's really tough. Tier 3 and Tier 4 pills are doable. But even HQ can't gather 20,000 Tier 5 pills quickly. Maybe look at other goods?" She handed over the product catalog. But she knew in her heart, even Tier 4 pills are hard to collect. I glanced at the catalog, figured their resources were limited, pointed to the Dragon Transformation pill and asked, "Do you have a lot of these pills?" Julie looked embarrassed. "These pills are extremely hard to make. Very few in stock." I waved it off and complained, "Your treasure pavilion is weak. Can't even provide any pills." Julie's smile looked stiff. She couldn't argue back. I flipped through the catalog, said plainly, "All right, go back and get approval from above. I'll take everything in treasure pavilion." Julie frowned deeply, had to persuade group leader Sue. "The whole store is worth tens of trillions. That's no joke. Only sane level forces could afford that." I did my own calculations and found I'd spent only 1/6,000th of my spirit stone stash. That much spending is insane. So I changed my mind. Let's do it a different way. Treasure Pavilion sends 3 billion monthly to Sue family. Resources in low-grade spirit stones, cultivation methods, and formations. Make sure they're popular levels. Goods evenly spread from key condensation to nascent soul stage. If I like them, we keep working together. If not, we'll stop. After speaking, I handed over a space ring. "Here's 200 million deposit." Julie got even more respectful. Quickly agreed, "Yes." Group leader Sue, "Don't worry, I'll report this to HQ right away. And get the goods to Sue family ASAP." I nodded and turned away. Didn't waste any time. Julie stared at the empty treasure pavilion, amazed and impressed. She went straight to HQ to report. Treasure Pavilion does only legit business. They wouldn't dare mess with me. On the way back, I asked the system about those spiritual roots and bodies. Can I give them to others? I've collected hundreds of top-level spiritual roots. Also a bunch of holy and immortal bodies. I can only hold one myself. It's wasteful to leave the rest unused. The system replied, "Yes, you can give them. But outsiders don't have system protection. They'll feel intense pain during fusion." I felt happy, planning to use them to improve Sue family's main talents, to help the clan rise. Back at Sue family, I only took out 1 billion worth of cultivation treasures, handed them to Su Kingshan, kept the rest. Su Kingshan took the ring, a bit puzzled, but didn't dig further. Secretly thought, as long as I'm the young clan leader, that's enough. Back at the courtyard, Ruoxi came to massage me. I complimented her with a smile. "You're already at key condensation level 8. Ruoxi beamed with joy. She quickly thanked me. I closed my eyes to rest, thinking about improving the clan's talent. The younger generation is pretty average. We can only boost them step by step. Starting with the heavenly root is safest. I called Ruoxi, told her to notify the main Sue family members, and all elders to come to my courtyard. Ruoxi headed off quickly. Soon after, 30 Sue clan members and elders gathered. Everyone looked puzzled. No idea why I called them. Su Yuanba spoke up, smiling. "Chun, is there something you need?" I looked around, said quietly, "Yeah, just a little thing. Since you spoke up, fourth uncle, you can go first." Su Yuanba was surprised, but stepped forward and sat down. I reminded him with a smile. "It's gonna hurt a bit. Hang in there." Su Yuanba laughed. "Chun, you underestimate me. I never fear pain. But what are you trying to do?" I smiled mysteriously, quietly used the heavenly root. A spiritual glow pooled in my palm, slowly flowed into Su Yuanba's head. Next second, Su Yuanba's face changed. Fire burned inside him. It felt like needles stabbing his bones.
He gritted his teeth to endure.
But the pain kept getting worse. His organs felt twisted. He started shaking. Veins bulged. Su Kinshan saw this and quickly asked Chen, "Is everything okay with your fourth uncle?" I shook my head, comforting her. "Relax, it'll just hurt a little." Before I finished speaking, Su Yuanba couldn't hold back and let out a scream. He collapsed on the ground, sweating like crazy. His body was visibly twitching, like something strange was moving inside him. He looked terrifying. Father Su, he was full of worry. He called out anxiously. Su Yuanba's screams got even more intense. The Su family members turned pale. They secretly complained to themselves. How is this just a little pain? It's clearly agonizing. Su, he wanted to rush forward to check, but I stopped him. Su-hee, little sis. Trust me, Chun would never hurt his own family. I kept a calm smile on my face. Su-hee's tense mood finally eased a bit. Soon the screams stopped abruptly. Su Yuanba lay on the ground.
He was gasping for air.
Completely exhausted. Zhao Chun, is this your idea of a little pain? Su Yuanba asked weakly. He was clearly tormented. But as soon as he finished speaking, his expression changed.
He blurted out in surprise.
Right then he clearly sensed spiritual energy wildly flooding into his body. His meridians widened massively. He couldn't believe his own eyes. Why is my absorption speed so much faster? It's at least 5 times better than before. Su Qingshan was shocked. He quickly spoke up. Fourth brother, stop absorbing spiritual energy first. Pause your cultivation. Su Yuanba was puzzled, but he did as told. Then something astounding happened. Even without channeling his techniques, spiritual energy kept flowing into him on its own. Galaxy heaven and earth. Automatic cultivation. That's a sign of the heavenly spiritual root. Su Qingshan cried out in shock. Suddenly the whole Su family was in an uproar. Everyone looked stunned. I spoke just in time. That's right, this is the heavenly spiritual root. I can upgrade your talents to heavenly spiritual root. Any side effects will perfectly match your physical body. The only thing you need to do is withstand the pain of the transformation. The younger you are, the lower your cultivation, the less you'll feel the pain. Fourth uncle felt more pain because his foundation was already formed. Forcefully changing the spiritual root caused it. The whole process lasts about 30 breaths. It'll be done soon. You get upgraded to heavenly spiritual root. Su Qingshan swallowed nervously. The best talent in the Su family was just superior spiritual root. If the main bloodline all reach heavenly spiritual root, the whole family will rise up. Transforming spiritual roots after birth was supposed to be impossible. But now seeing is believing.
He had no choice but to accept it.
I asked loudly, who's next? Su Qingyun immediately stepped up, looking rebellious. I'll do it. He glanced at Su Yuanba, sounding dismissive. Old fourth, your pain tolerance is too low. It's not like you're gonna die. So why'd you scream like that? Su Yuanba felt embarrassed. He was just bragging about not fearing pain. And now he's totally humiliated. I started transforming Su Qingyun's spiritual root too. A moment later, another round of screams echoed, even louder than Su Yuanba's, nearly shaking the whole Su family. The branches and the servants were puzzled. No one knew what was happening in the inner courtyard. Su Qingyun had already reached the transformation stage. His pain during transformation was much worse than normal people. As soon as the screams stopped, he was drenched in sweat, totally exhausted. But right away, he burst out laughing. Absorption is so fast. I, Su Qingyun, finally got rid of inferior roots. Now I've got the heavenly spiritual root too. Su Yuanba sneered. Who just said they wouldn't scream? Su Qingyun's smile froze. He looked embarrassed. All right, it's my turn. As soon as he finished, the main Su family members stepped up one by one. Screams echoed through the courtyard non-stop, lasting almost an hour. All the core members were upgraded to heavenly spiritual root by me. This was only the first step of talent transformation. I'll gradually improve everyone's talents even more. The main Su members were all filled with joy. Everyone was talking about it, amazed by the heavenly spiritual root's power, and knowing this opportunity was one in a million. Seeing this, Su Qingyun quickly said, the young master helped us improve our talents. So thank him, everyone. Everyone finally realized, and one by one bowed respectfully. Thank you, young master. Looking at me, their eyes showed more respect and gratitude. I nodded and smiled, didn't turn down their thanks. Suddenly, Su Qingshan looked serious. He ordered firmly, no one's allowed to leave. Follow me to see the Grand Elder. The elders instantly understood. Post-birth transformation is too incredible. If word gets out, the Su family will be doomed. Sealing the secret is the only way to keep the family safe. Su Yanshan also spoke up in support. Everyone, follow me. Some core members were confused. But no one objected. They all knew it was a big deal. We led everyone away. I looked at Roxy beside me, spoke calmly. Roxy, come over here. Roxy was stunned for a moment. Then she was thrilled. She quickly bowed. Thank you, Leader Xiao. During the transformation, Roxy rolled around on the ground, screaming non-stop. She's loyal and reliable. Handles things well. I upgraded her too, so she helped me handle chores later. Soon the transformation finished. Roxy felt the rush of spiritual energy inside. Her face was full of excitement. She immediately knelt down in gratitude. Roxy thanks Leader Xiao for the gift. I spoke calmly. I granted you the heavenly spiritual root, so you do a good job. Don't let me down. Roxy looked serious. She swore solemnly. Please rest assured, young master. Roxy is yours forever. Never will I betray you. I glanced at her. Hope you mean it. Then I turned and went back to my room. Roxy watched me leave, biting her lip lightly, her face blushing, spoke softly. Young master, do you want me to keep you company tonight? I raised my eyebrows slightly, didn't close the door, just walked in. Roxy was ecstatic. She quickly followed. A whole night of bliss. Next morning, the rainy mist was cool. I walked out feeling refreshed. Roxy followed closely. Her steps were a bit shaky. I'm not someone who abstains. Since coming here,
It's all resources.
family must be kept close. Cultivating alone is not what I want. Grandpa Su Hongyuan just broke through to the void refinement. His realm was unstable. He stayed in seclusion to stabilize it. Once he comes out, I'll upgrade him too. A few days later, Su Hongyuan finished stabilizing his realm and emerged. The Su family held a banquet to celebrate. I took the chance to upgrade him to heavenly spiritual root too. Grandpa was thrilled. It boosted the family's foundation. That day I was lying on the bed. Roxy was gently massaging me. A servant came to report from outside. Young master, I have news. Someone is here to see Roxy. The girl said her name is Li Qingqing. Roxy's hands paused for a second, then returned to normal. Let's go check it out. I agreed. Roxy looked hesitant, but finally she got up and thanked me, then turned to leave. In front of the Su family gate, a young woman in her early 20s looked anxious, pacing back and forth. It was Li Qingqing. Seeing Roxy appear, Li Qingqing rushed forward, face full of pleading. Sis, I'm begging you, help me. Something happened at home. Roxy looked indifferent, her tone distant since you left me at the Su family door. I have nothing to do with you anymore. Don't come looking for me again. She was abandoned by her family at age 2. If Su family's housekeeper hadn't taken her in, she would have died long ago. A lot of resentment built up inside. Li Qingqing immediately knelt and pleaded in tears. Sis, our parents had no other choice. Our family was so poor back then. It was freezing cold. You were too young, you wouldn't have survived. So we sent you to the Su family. Please help save our family. Roxy paused, feeling a bit moved. Blood runs thicker than water after all. She turned her head, said coldly, Go on. What happened? Li Qingqing looked grateful. Crying, she said, 2 days ago. The Changya gang took Ying and Xu away and hurt our parents. They weren't seriously injured, but they're forcing my sisters to work at Changhong Courtyard. Only you can save them now. Roxy's eyes narrowed sharply, anger rising. Ying and Xu are her real sisters, even though they hardly meet. Family ties can't be broken. She asked harshly, Where are they now? Li Qingqing quickly got up, wiping away tears and leading the way. They're all at Changhong Courtyard. It's been 2 days. Not sure how they're doing. Soon, the two arrived at a bustling building, red flags waving. Several women were warmly inviting customers. This was the entrance of Changhong Courtyard. A woman saw Roxy approach, joked, Look at this little beauty. This place is for men to have fun. Girls shouldn't wander in. The other women laughed along. Roxy's face was gloomy. She said coldly, I'm from the Su family. Bring your manager out.
Hearing Su family,
The woman suddenly looked shocked. She sized Roxy up carefully. Still suspicious, she didn't dare be disrespectful. Quickly replied, Please wait. The Su family is very powerful in Mingyu City now. Even if she doubted Roxy's identity, she wouldn't dare offend her. Had to go report. Moments later, 5 people walked out of Changhong Courtyard. The leading middle-aged man frowned.
He cupped his hands. I'm Hu Huan, deputy boss of the Changya gang.
May I ask, are you from the Su family? Ruoxi took out her ID token. She used to be just a servant. The token was wooden. Now with Su Chen's trust, she got an exclusive silver token for managers. Seeing the silver token, Hu Huan's face changed. A Su family manager with a silver token is at least at the peak of the foundation stage. He was surprised by Ruoxi's age and skills, but still didn't dare question her. Quickly smiled and cupped his hands. So you're a manager from the Su family. I didn't recognize you earlier. Hope you'll forgive me. Didn't know the manager was visiting? How can I help you? He spoke respectfully, but his eyes were full of doubt. Never heard of such a young female manager in the Su family. Ruoxi said coldly, I'm here to see Boss Hu. I need 2 people. Hu Huan was still confused. Gao Qiu beside him noticed Li Qingqing and reacted. Whispered in his ear. Hu Huan listened. Eyes narrowed. Glanced at Li Qingqing and Ruoxi. Suddenly shouted, how dare you fake being from the Su family. Guards, grab these 2. The thugs circled around immediately. Ruoxi's eyes filled with anger. She yelled, what are you doing? Aren't you afraid of offending the Su family? Gao Qiu sneered. Spoke mocking, pretending to be Su family again, huh? Trying to wave the Su family flag. Li Qingqing, to save your sisters. You dare use a fake name. If the Su family finds out, your whole family will die. You want to save them. It's easy. Bring 1,000 spirit stones as ransom. Gao Qiu walked away. Li Qingqing was furious. Shouted, Gao Qiu, my sisters only borrowed 50 taels of silver from you. For treating our parents, now you want 1,000 stones. How could we afford that? The crowd murmured, calling the Changya gang ruthless, lending at crazy interest. But no one dared step in. Ruoxi was shaking with rage. She said coldly, you want spirit stones, right? I'll give them to you, let them go. She threw out 1,000 spirit stones. She knew she had no power. Changya gang had 2 powerful core stage masters. The Su family might not help her, just wanted to resolve things with money. Gao Qiu saw the spirit stones, eyes lighting up.
He exchanged a look with Hu Huan.
Sneered again, the 1,000 stones are for the debt. We taught your sisters how to serve guests. You still owe 100,000 stones as training fee. Not a penny less, or you can't take them. Ruoxi was furious. How could you be so shameless? The crowd shook their heads. They knew the Changya gang was trouble. They didn't want to free anyone. Gao Qiu licked his lips, staring wickedly at Ruoxi. Arrogant tone. Enough talk. Bring 100,000 spirit stones, then we'll let them go. If not, you both stay to entertain guests here.
He'd already made up his mind.
Even if Ruoxi pays, he'll keep accusing her of faking her ID. Li Qingqing was scared and shaking, hiding behind Ruoxi. Trembling, she asked, Sis, what do we do now? Ruoxi looked furious, shouted, I'm from the Su family. If you dare touch me, aren't you afraid the Su family will retaliate? Gao Qiu looked fully contemptuous. Mocked? Su family? You think you are? If you're from Su family, I'm the king of heaven. He was certain Li Qingqing's family had no background. Just ordinary people. Easy to mess with. No consequences. Wu Huang stepped in, pretending to be fair. Sad, our Changya gang isn't unreasonable. If you earn 100,000 spirit stones for Changhong Courtyard, I'll let you go. His tone became threatening. Threatened, or we can tie you up and send you to the Su family. Faking identity is a capital crime. You and your family won't survive. I'm being generous giving you this option. He gave a signal. Gao Qiu ordered, grab them. Ruoxi's heart trembled and she drew her sword. Shouted angrily, I'd like to see who dares. Sword energy burst out at full strength. Tss, almost reached the power of the foundation stage. Gao Qiu was startled, but still scoffed, just a little key combat. How dare you act tough here? He unleashed core stage power. Reached straight for Ruoxi. Ruoxi instantly fell into danger, feeling panicked, only now realizing how harsh things are outside the Su family. It was so dangerous out here. Stop! A loud shout exploded. A strong, plain-looking man stepped out from the crowd. He saw Gao Qiu make a move. He shouted angrily, Do you know who he is? He belongs to the Su family. Gao Qiu was stunned at first. Then he burst into wild laughter. All this just to save someone. Now you're acting too. The man cursed loudly in anger. He pulled out a wooden token with a silver edge and the Su character. The back had the word Pang engraved. He declared, I'm from the Su family branch. Su Li, the seventh son of Su Si from the third house. This young lady is Ruo Shi, who serves the young master. You dare touch her. The young master will be furious. Your Changya gang will be doomed. Su Li, as a core member of the third house, spoke with confidence. He didn't fear the Changya gang at all. Gao Qiu was intimidated, but still believed Li Qingqing had no background. He shouted angrily, Bastard! How dare you insult my Changya gang? Today I'll break your limbs. As an example, he powered up his cultivation. With killing intent grabbed at Su Li. Su Li was only at the early foundation stage, totally unable to resist. He turned pale with fear. He screamed, My dad's a third house steward. You dare kill me. The Changya gang will be destroyed. Gao Qiu sneered. He didn't believe a word. I'd like to see how you can wipe out my Changya gang. Just as his claw was about to hit Su Li, a sharp sword light shot through the air. It instantly sliced off his arm. A piercing scream rang out. Gao Qiu clutched his severed arm. His whole body convulsed from the pain. Su Qian walked over quickly from a distance. His eyes were icy and full of killing intent. He is Su Yuanba's eldest son. Su, his brother. He was just drinking here with Su Li. When he stumbled onto the scene, he coldly looked at the crowd and said, Well, looks like I've seen it all. Changya gang dares to mess even with my Su family. Ruo Shi relaxed instantly when she saw Su Qian arrive. Her worries disappeared in a moment. The Su family's main line was here. Today they'll get out of this for sure. Su Qian turned to Hu Wan with a cold face. Hu gang leader, you better give me an explanation, or this won't end well today. Before Hu Huan could speak, Gao Qiu, with his broken arm, shouted furiously, Kid, you must have a death wish.
He was at the beginning of the core formation stage,
Yet got his arm chopped off by Su Qian, who was at the foundation late stage. It was humiliating and enraged him. Hu Huan quickly stopped him. His expression grew serious, and a hint of panic crept in. He started guessing if these people really were from the Su family. Hu Huan cupped his hands and asked, May I ask your name, young sir? Su Qian replied calmly, I'm Su Qian, Su family. Hu Huan frowned. The name sounded unfamiliar to him. The Su family has been in Mingyu City less than 20 years, and the young generation rarely showed themselves. Yet Su Qian's calm demeanor made him hesitant to offend. After thinking, he spoke up. Young Master Su Qian, if you can prove you're from the Su family, I'll release Li Yin and Li Zhu immediately. Su Qian heard this and laughed out of anger. His laugh was loud and crazy. Gao Qiu was at the side and said coldly, Deputy gang leader, they're definitely pretending. I checked Li Qingqing. She has nothing to do with the Su family. Hu Wan's caution vanished instantly. His face turned gloomy. Su Qian finished laughing, his face full of disdain. Hu gang leader, are all your Changya gang members idiots? Su Li chimed in seriously. People this dumb in Mingyu City? I've never seen before. Hu Huan yelled enough. He totally lost his mind. Ignoring the difference in cultivation level,
he unleashes nascent soul aura
and attacked Su Qian with lightning power. Su Qian's face changed drastically. Under the pressure of a nascent soul stage, his foundation stage cultivation felt like an ant. He was about to use his life-saving item, when suddenly someone stepped in front of him. A loud bang was heard. Hu Wan was sent flying like a broken kite. He crashed in front of Changhong Courtyard, leaving a pit several meters deep. His body was covered in blood. Everyone stared to see who it was. It was me. Ruo Shi and Su Qian both cried out in surprise together. Full of joy, I looked coldly at the struggling Hu Huan. My tone was icy, just a low nascent soul stage. And you dare touch the Su family's main line? You really don't know your limits. The surrounding crowd was instantly shocked. They recognized me as the Su family's young clan leader. Everyone started discussing. Changya gang won't escape this time. Hu Huan knelt, seriously wounded, face full of fear. He begged over and over. Please spare me, young Master Su. I was tricked. Almost hurt the Su family. I cut him off coldly. Alright, I don't like listening to nonsense. Before I finished, I dashed forward like a ghost and stomped his danshan. His nascent soul destroyed, lifetime cultivation gone. I spoke harshly, shocking everyone. anyone who touches the Su family's main line. How can the Su family keep its power in Mingyu City? Su Qian, take him back to Su family. 3 days later, noon. Cut off his head as a warning. Su Qian nodded to take the order. Dragged Hu Huan off to Su Li for the escort. Hu Huan was completely hopeless. And cursed at Gao Qiu. Gao Qiu was already scared out of his wits. I grabbed with my hand. Immense spiritual power swept out. All the Changya gang thugs, including Gao Qiu, were killed instantly. At the same time, 2 powerful auras erupted in Mingyu City. The Changya gang leader rushed over with his people to question us. But in a blink, the nascent soul aura disappeared. Clearly, the Su family elder had killed him. The crowd watching was shocked, more and more scared in their hearts. They finally realized how strong the Su family was. After finishing off the Changya gang, I returned to the Su family in a flash. Ruo, she faced my leaving direction, bowed and thanked me. Not only was the Changya gang wiped out, the girls inside Changhong courtyard scrambled to escape. Li Ying and Li Zhu also slipped out with the crowd. They ran into Li Qingqing and Ruo Shi, so everyone hurried away to stay safe. Learning it was Ruo Shi who saved them, the 2 sisters were surprised and happy, very envious. They tried hard to persuade her to come home and visit. Ruo Shi still had a grudge, so she politely refused. She only promised to help them with a place to stay, asked them to come find her at the Su family after moving to Mingyu City. The sisters understood, knowing she still resented the past. They could only sigh helplessly. Back at the Su family, I lay on a lounge chair in the yard, feeling totally relaxed. Home's peace is way better than outside drama. After a short rest, I opened my eyes to review the family status. The Su family now has Su Qingshen, Su Yunshen, and Su Qingyun, 3 cultivators at the divine transformation stage. The other 3 elders have all reached the top of the nascent soul stage, just 1 step from divine transformation. But cultivation alone isn't enough to support a strong clan. We need to advance alchemy, artifact making, and formations. These all have to improve together. I took out the Heavenly Ultimate Illusion Array. This array greatly boosts the concentration of spiritual energy around it. But Bright Moon City is pretty remote. The training environment is average. Even with the array, it's tough to attract high-level cultivators. In comparison, moving the whole clan to a paradise in the Zhuan Heaven realm, that's the best way to help the Su family grow long-term. It's not urgent now, but we still need to plan early. I calmly reflected on my weaknesses. After using my cultivation before, my Hongmeng immortal body is fully mastered. The Hongmeng purple key inside me is a deadly weapon, but my attack skills still feel too basic. They lack some flair. I looked at the system's skills menu. Skills ranging from yellow to immortal grade, everywhere. I quickly picked something new. This skill is Fireball, a high-level profound skill that can shoot blazing waves. The power is impressive. I chose to use it without hesitation. The skill pathway immediately engraved in my mind, like I had practiced it for years. Then I went on to choose the Illusion God technique, practiced a high-level heavenly skill, practiced the sky-splitting sword, an intermediate earth skill, and the God-slaying 9 cuts. Trained immortal grade, 3rd tier skills. I practiced nearly 100 skills this time. A few were below heavenly grade. Most were saint and immortal grade. Now I finally feel satisfied. I closed the system space. Now I don't have to rely only on brute force. These skills have power like my physical attacks, but they make everything way more stylish. The Hongmeng immortal body is strong. A single punch rivals immortal grade skills, but it's too straightforward. Since I'm undefeatable, of course I want flashier moves. In the days ahead, I started guiding the younger generation in the clan. All the Su family members are realizing just how scary and mysterious I am. 2 months passed in a flash. 3 powerful energies suddenly erupted in the Su family courtyard. Their pressure swept through the whole city. Everyone in Bright Moon City looked up in shock. Talks were everywhere. It's coming from the Su family. 3 more reached the divine transformation stage. By this count, the Su family now has 5 divine transformation cultivators. Don't forget Lord Su, the clan head. He was already at the peak nascent soul stage.
He must be a divine transformation now.
So Su family has 6 divine transformation, and 1 void refinement family leader at peak divine transformation. probably breaking through to void refinement soon. Everyone in the city speaks of Sioux family with a tone of awe. The Sioux family now, their strength is scary. With 3 new divine transformation cultivators, their position in Marshal De Cheng is unshakable. They've given the clan many top-tier skills, strengthened everyone's combat power, also filled the gaps in alchemy and refining. They used to have just 1 third-tier alchemist. Now it's up to 7, plus a 4th-tier alchemist. Along with everyone having heavenly spirit roots, the young Sioux family members are growing fast. Sioux Yu has broken through to the peak core formation stage, just a step away from nascent soul. A year passed again. Suddenly the sky above Bright Moon City felt heavy. Spiritual energy seemed drained from the world. People looked up in fear. A crushing pressure erupted in the Sioux family courtyard. That's the aura of the void refinement stage. A figure shot up into the sky. Even the void rippled. Su Qingshan laughed loudly. I finally reached void refinement. Everyone in the city was stunned. The Su family gained another void refinement cultivator. Their power is even more steady. The other 4 cities found out, sent gifts and pledged loyalty. Su Qingshan demanded the 4 cities surrender. All forces agreed. The 5 major cities are now under Su family's rule. This year, 5 young Su clan members broke through to nascent soul. 2 branch elders advanced to divine transformation. Now Su family has 8 divine transformation cultivators, close to 30 nascent soul cultivators. Unprecedented strength. After another half year, Su Hongyuan broke through once more, reached mid-void refinement. The 4 cities' ambitious powers completely dropped any schemes. All the Su main line have heavenly spirit roots, plus generous resources from the treasure pavilion each month. Clan members are improving fast. News of the Su family's peak spread all around.